through. You still have to be in and out of the hospital getting treatments and stuff?
Yeah, man, I go twice a week for therapy. And it's terrible. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was hearing that.
Like this is as far as his arm goes, but they make it go all the way. And they put like 20-pound weights and they put it like this and they pull on them.
You lost his Popeye arms.
Yeah, and I heard that like.
What?
You lost his Popeye arms.
The skin grafts and stuff is like the most.
You don't want that?
Thing
I don't know. I was fucking. I was in heaven. Yeah. With morphine.
You don't want that?
Paul Freeman better?
See you, sucker.
All of a sudden, Pink Floyd starts playing.
What's up?
Like you know that. Really know. Yeah, that is hilarious.
So I get.
Yo, testing.
Testing.
Come on, Robbie.
Testing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fire, baby.
Okay, we're not dropping frames, but the sound is like.
Liquor up for you. They're not fucking head, literally.
So is it good to go then?
Batteries on the side.
Give me a second.
We gotta start in like 1 minute or our Facebook thing's gonna time out.
Yeah.
Well, we have three.
Did you start?
Yo, hello.
Give me like 3 taps.
Testing.
Alright, we're good.
Alright. Good to go, guys. Pop a squat.
Am I up there or what?
Yeah, you're up.
Should I drink this before I get there?
You can drink it on stream. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, just drink.
We are a rated R stream.
What's going on over there?
We're drinking. We're lots of drinking.
God, it just sounds like a horrible porn.
It kind of looks like one, actually.
What up, Soy?
How you doing, brother?
I didn't know you were going to be. I totally figured you'd be totally late. May not even be there.
Hey, I was here on time.
He was here on time. We were late setting up.
Exactly. Mom was in the car. She got me here like an ambulance. Ha ha! Shut up, boom.
Hi, Rocky.
Hey, Rocky. Rocky. Hey, Rocky, say hi to Mom.
Yeah, look at that. Jessica's laughing at me because I said that porn audio.
Rocky.
Are you behaving yourself?
What the fuck are you guys doing?
Hey, Rocky, listen. Talk to my mom.
Rocky.
What's that?
Are you behaving yourself, Rocky?
Ow! Mom! What's that?
Don't be swearing. Don't be.
They said a bunch of cuss words.
Yeah, don't swear.
Way to go, potty mouth. Way to ruin it for the rest of us.
Hey, Rocky, save some of it. We're not live yet, but we're going to be live in like 5 minutes. So if you want to hang out, cool. If you want to call back, also cool.
Get closer to the microphone.
If you want to call back in 5 minutes, we'll be live, or you can stay on the line and have a beer with us.
Look, I was at work.
Did you hear that?
You can lay down on that couch.
Is it going through Phil's phone like his...
I know. Hey, Rocky, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, hey, listen.
You're a professional.
We're going live in 5 minutes. You can hang on the line or call back. What do you want to do?
Yeah, let me call back. Let me try to get like either the wife's phone or Rock. Can I borrow your phone for a little bit?
That's fine. Hey, call Rocky. Call back.
The kid's got the best phone out.
His kid has the best phone out of all of us.
What's new?
You should.
That sounds familiar.
And then,
Yeah. Well, basically, right before, at 7:30, you know, update it and just give it to me. And,
it's updated. It's updated. I mean, that's the last one we had on there. But he's still pending, so. There's only 10.
I haven't made it live yet.
Okay, yeah.
I think I have to read.
You have yours still?
Okay,
Yeah.
here.
You can still.
But you know what? Don't even bother. Like, you don't need to. Just give me your phone at the end, and I'll know. Just, you know, log in right before you give it to me. And then I'll go from Christ and up.
Copy that.
Is that
I don't know.
Rocky again? No.
Hey, it's Chris. Who's this?
Hey, Paul, can you just unplug that?
Hello?
We already got the okay from Phil, so.
Alright, I'm making our...
Hello.
Our YouTube's already live, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we should be...
You there? Sorry, go ahead now.
Yeah, we should be good now.
Hello?
Hey.
Yo.
Hey, who's this? Rocco, Rocky?
Yeah, buddy.
Can you hear me better
Are you
now?
live on Facebook too?
Yeah.
Should be live on
I mean, I've always heard.
Okay. And Sunny just donated a
in the
hit
background.
So I'm gonna Paul.
Drinking much today?
I'm sending
You
you a
drinking much
picture
today?
of Hitman jersey that Sunny Lopez just sent.
Mom, give me a beer, please. Corona.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, whoops.
Me? Talking to me?
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking to the other guy that got burned.
I'm doing good, brother. I'm hanging in there, man.
Alright.
Can't complain. They're giving me good drugs, so
Yeah.
What's up, Benji?
you know.
You're
Sunny.
tough.
I mean, I'm.
Yeah,
Listen, I wasn't worried about your toughness. What I was worried about is that you burning all that hair off.
Oh, hey, Rocky. Hey, save that question for later, because it's a huge topic of conversation. To be honest with you,
Yeah, you're live now.
like, no, it's insane, bro.
Share it on Facebook.
Streaming on Facebook. Good
So,
Oh,
yeah,
Sure.
like I'm telling you.
Are we there?
share it up, yeah.
Oh, it's my back to the... Oh, it's behind.
It's a.
I was gonna say, we got a camera back there too?
No, that's your front. It looks like a back. There's my boy Rocky right there.
For anyone just joining, we got Rocky Cagnoni on the line.
Hey, what'd you call him?
Hey, Rocky Cagnoni's on the line with us right now. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Rock, I got a question for you. Who's taller, you or Mark Knopp?
Come on, dude. I'm taller than Knopp.
Okay, by how much?
Come on. It doesn't matter how much.
Hey, you either dicked it down or you didn't.
Listen,
It might be an inch and a quarter, but in your fuel measurement, it's like 6 feet.
yeah, but honestly, it's not knowing you very well. It's not how much taller you are; it's how much lower you hang.
Dang, let him hang.
And that brings me into a little note, guys. This is a rated R stream. If you got kids in the house, put them to bed right now.
Yeah, if you don't know me very well,
Or young daughters.
Lock the daughters up. Put the wives that are unhappy in the closet.
Kevin says, Phil, you look the same as you did in 2004.
Who the hell's that?
Kevin Foot.
That's Jules Futt's son.
Does Jules Foot have a son?
At least somebody got that. Thank you.
Not that he knows about. Cool. So, guys, this is the PBDnA Lasoya benefit stream. We got Lasoya in house. We got Paul Schrick at the end. We got Phil Dominguez. We got Dan Bacci down there. He's finishing setting up.
I'm finishing on the floor.
Finishing on the floor. And we got Rocky Cagnoni on the line right now.
Nice one.
So, you know, we're going to get a little update from Chris. We're going to tell some stories. We're going to raffle off a ton of gear at 8 o'clock. First things first, anybody watching now, if you still want tickets,
Rocky,
or
you there?
if you still want entries for the stream or for the raffle, you're sending your entries $10 a piece, no limit, to clasoya@hotmail.com.
All right, we lost Rocky, but we got him back.
That closes at 7:30.
So, and I got to say before we get started, man, you know, the amount of support that I've got from this whole ordeal, you know, has been very heartwarming felt, and my family and I really appreciate it. So, thank you guys very much. You know, I was overwhelmed by the support and what everybody's done, and I can't thank you enough. So, everybody out there, I don't have time to get back to all the emails because there's so many coming in, and you know, it's very hard to get back to people. I know I reached out to a few people, but there's so much people with the influx of love and support. I just want to send my love to you guys. Thank you.
Hey, we can get a couple midgets I know to respond to your emails.
Well, we got Mark and Rocky.
Mark and Rocky, 2 midgets.
You know.
My daughter's a midget. Hey, I got one question to ask everybody. This is my house. Why do I got the smallest seat? I'm like wedged in here.
I think it just feels
He thinks he has the smallest seat because he has a bigger ass, respectfully. So let's be realistic about this.
Yeah, cool.
We can hear you, Rock.
So,
we can hear you, Rocky.
Yeah, first things first, I think everybody wants to know from Chris here, what happened, We all heard from various sources a little bit about what happened, but no one got the real deal.
Long story short, at a friend's house, January 14th, for some ungodly reason, he had a damn Christmas tree in the place. Looked like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. And it started on fire, and for those of you who have never seen a Christmas tree on fire, it is explosive. And house started on fire, the tree started on fire. I grabbed the tree. It was on fire. I was on fire, and I'm trying to get to the front door to get the house safe, but it was still plugged in. Pulled me to the floor, fell on my face, burnt my face pretty good. My arms, my legs, my elbow, pretty much everything. And the house was already on fire, so I ended up getting a girl out of the shower because she was in the shower, didn't know what was going on. A few of his friends were in his room. Kicked the doors in on those guys and got them out of the house. Within 3 or 4 minutes, the house was in flames and it was insane. So if I can say anything, if you ever get in a house fire, get out. Don't get in a house fire. And get rid of your Christmas trees by January 1st for the love of God. That is just the dumbest thing ever. However, if you're... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. However, I did burn off a few pounds in the process.
Hey,
yeah, I'm here all week.
The short story would have been fire, burn, ouch. That's short.
Yes, Rocky, what's up?
Just to rewind, when everybody's telling you how they're pouring out your love, you know why, Soy? Because you literally made all of our lives better.
Oh.
Everybody that got in contact with you. Yeah, remember, you took me up from Florida and took me up to Hellland, and
yeah.
You made everyone's lives better.
Well, I appreciate that, Rock. Thanks, bud.
Hey, Rock, you remember the first time you played with Avalanche, and who did we beat? Yeah. Hey, so
what tournament was that? Who
it, was, it was World Cup. Go ahead, Rocky. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was me, Dominguez.
Oh God, here we go. Jesus.
Yeah, Teddy the Rolling Pineapple. And the Superstars. Yeah, the Superstars.
Hey, I was hungover. First of all, let's be realistic about this.
Hey, so it was Chris Cole, Lasoya, Poorman, Chip Shears, and who else?
I don't know. Those are terrible paintball players anyway.
Rock, it was Lasoya, Poorman, Chris Cole, Chip Shears, and who was their fifth?
Does it really matter? You guys won.
It doesn't matter.
We did it.
We worked them.
Whatever.
The Superstars.
Yeah, it's the one game that Phil won. You remembers.
It's the only game I ever won in my life, but that was the best one.
So.
Listen, we could take 48 hours right now and tell stories.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we'd all go to jail, and the IRS would be calling.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, we got some more people calling in also. So if there's anything else you want to say to Chris or any stories you want to bring up, let us know right now. Anything we're not supposed to hear, but
what's your favorite story, Rocky? Just go ahead and tell it. I know exactly what you're going to talk about, so might as well tell it.
Are you thinking? Rock.
Cagnoni.
He might have passed out.
He's asleep.
I hear snoring.
Hey, as long as he's not in the bathtub, we're okay.
Hey, Rocky, you hear us?
Oh, you're out. Later.
He's outie.
Later.
See you,
Next.
So as we wait for the next person to call in,
Who was that?
That was Rocky.
that was Rocky.
No.
Well, that's
Who's the next caller?
Well, you asked the question. We
Yeah,
answered.
he goes, the next person.
Is that what he said?
Who's
Next
that?
caller up is going to be Dave Baines, and he's going to call up pretty soon. So
Just saying.
before we get there, I know Dan wanted to know from you, Chris. How did you get into paintball? What was your first game? What was your first gun, first team?
Oh man,
We'll get the short history.
'86. My dad took me to play for the first time in Cocoa Beach, Florida. I grew up with Kelly Slater. Went to high school with the kid. You know, we surfed all the way through high school, and he picked the good sport, and obviously I got stuck here with this bullshit. However, my dad took me for the first time. Went out there, shot my dad, shot my mom. You know.
Did he shoot you?
Yeah.
Your mom.
Yeah. And you know, I started playing. I remember I used to sneak out and kind of get the money from. I used to work at Eckerd Drugs. And Eckerd Drugs is a drugstore in Florida. and I actually had you know, used the money from that to go to Altamont Springs, which is in Orlando, and play with the Doom Troopers back in the day, and they're old school like woods ball team, and man, it was insane. Yeah. Phil is not very technically oriented, so.
You see yourself now?
So, like I'm saying, no, I started the Doom Troopers, snuck away from the house, you know, stole quarters out of my mom's thing and my dad's thing. Oh, God. She's way too hot for you, bro. So.
We can turn him around and have him here with us.
Okay. You're here now, Rocky. We just added Rocky.
Anyway, so that was my upbringing. I mean, that's how I started back in '86.
How long were you playing with the Doom Troopers?
Hey,
I played with the Doom Troopers back in
this.
86, 87. I played against the Annihilators and all those guys.
The Florida Bushmasters.
Florida Bushmasters. You know, Todd Adamson. You know, Boogaloo. All those guys. So you know, I was.
All right.
Yeah,
so what year did you move out of there?
I left. I went in the military when I graduated high school in '91. So,
Dave, you there?
You know, I went right in the military.
All right.
So I took like 3 years off, and then after I got out of the military, I started playing in Colorado Springs, which was the Easy Company, and the Easy Company eventually turned into Avalanche.
Yeah. So those pictures that Eric had posted were.
Yeah, they're true. Oh yeah.
They're actual.
Yeah.
They're cut and paste stuff.
Playing with Easy Company.
Back when I was skinny and like good looking.
All right. Who is our MC guy? You?
Our MC. We're all MCs
Okay.
here.
Dave Baines. Dave Baines on the line right now.
Right now, we got Dave Baines gonna tell us another potentially crazy, embarrassing story about Chris. This is gonna turn into the roast of Chris Lasoya.
Hey, Dave.
No pun intended.
Dave, can you hear us?
Hey, what's up, Lawyer?
How you doing, my friend? I love you, man. Thanks for calling in, brother.
You know, bro, your family, bro.
I appreciate that. So we're looking for stories that you remember about me that will make people laugh and me embarrassed. Pick and choose wisely, my friend.
I got a great story. This was the first year we were on Avalanche. We took it over it was the second, so you guys were Avalanche, you guys broke off, and then it became like, it was the Warp Kids took over Avalanche, and they didn't pan out to be anything, so then the Cat Factory guys became
It was Capalanche, wasn't it?
And this was 2004. There was an event at Hollywood Sports Park. I want to say it was like the grand opening when it first opened up. And I guess you and Chris, sorry. And our other buddy Phil Dominguez also called the story. So I guess Ed was drinking, and so was Chris.
Uh-oh.
Anybody who knows Ed Norman knows that he's a pretty rowdy drunk, right?
Yeah.
Well, he said something to Gloria. And Gloria's the man, so Gloria's just talking once in the nose.
I think I broke his nose.
Oh, that's
You definitely broke his nose. So I remember afterwards he's screaming and yelling and stuff like this.
You hit him again.
So the funny thing about the story is I'm on a date with a girl. I'm the organic dude. I'm on a date with a girl on a beach with a couple other guys in Avalanche. And we come back, and it's probably 2, 3 at night. And by the time I get back, the guys are like, hey, we're eating next door at this, all night diner, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I go and meet up the guys. And Ed's nose is crooked. And he's over here like, where were you? Where were you at when this all happened and everything else? And I was like, what are you even talking about? And then Jason Barrett was like, yeah, Ed was talking trash. And Chris popped him in the nose. And I said, well, I was like, what do you want me to do in this situation, Ed? But anyway, that's my little funny story, Chris. I really don't have any embarrassing stories with Chris.
Chris, why don't we have you grab the box so it's closer to the mic? You can just
He's always cool about, he always gave us props. When we played them in Gettysburg in 2001, it was my first year traveling for paintball. And, we took it down to numbers, and we were in amateur B team. And afterwards, he came up, shook a bunch of our hands, and said, hey, man, good game, man. You guys almost beat us. And, that's my memories of Chris. Always a good dude, So, I love it. Chris, you've always been a great inspiration for me, brother.
Well, I appreciate that, Dave. I love you too, man.
Hey, Dave, tell us his biggest cheat on you.
You gotta pick my biggest cheat. You gotta pick one though. I mean, I know there's various, but my biggest cheat, when we were in Vegas and I spun on you really bad when you bunkered the crap out of me.
Oh, I don't think you ever. I mean, honestly, we all cheat. I don't think there was anything out of the ordinary. I don't remember things like that. They all just kind of blend in.
Yeah, there's so many. I forget myself.
I remember this. Let's say this. The last time you and I played together, I went on a whim and met up with Mouse for the SC Village. It was the UWL, not this year, but last year. And all of a sudden, I saw you and I said, "Hey, man, come and join our team." And you were like, "Fuck yeah, let's go do this." And I remember you and I were the only ones on the bottom tape. And I remember I was just like, "Dude, this dude's a stunner still, bro. Hold it down." Literally, you came out drunk, hungover. It played great. It was fun. It was good time.
It was amazing. I loved it. It was a blast for sure.
Yeah, it's good time. But
Hey, lots more.
I just have good memories of Chris. I don't have any bad memories. I don't have any embarrassing moments. The funniest moment I have again with Chris was, Ed talked some trash. Chris talked him in the nose, and I was like, well, Chris is one of those guys who doesn't talk. He just lets his actions speak for him. So
Yeah, but hey, to finish that story, if you hear Ed tell it, I held him, Chris punched him.
Oh yeah, no, I listened. Version of the story, and then we heard everyone else's story. But the story was you had Ed's arms behind his back and Chris took a cheap shot.
Well, okay.
I heard from the guys.
This is what happened. Ed, you know how Ed gets drunk, starts waving his arms. He came towards me with his arms waving in the air and told him, dude, this is not the place for this. I grabbed his arms, pulled him down to his side, not knowing that Chris came up behind me and caught him over my shoulder. And then it broke Ed's nose. Ed went away. 5 minutes later, he comes back. Think you can do that again? Pow! Yes, I can.
Listen, I tell you once, I tell you twice. It is what it is. It's all the same result. And hey, Dave, I love you to death, my friend. I'm looking forward to playing this mechanical stuff with, coming up in the future. For those of you guys that don't know, make sure you guys take a look at the West Coast Paintball League. It's you and Rainey, correct, bud?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the West Coast one, and then we're gonna go play kids. You're gonna be on our team for kids.
Hey, I'm waiting for the call, man. I'm all about it. Let's make it happen. All about it.
Do you have a team yet?
The call's in, really.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess I'm playing with these guys. But I'm telling you, mechanical.
Yeah, you're on ringer.
Mechanical. This fat guy can make it to 10 feet away, and with you shoot
You
5 balls.
talking about me again?
No, you shoot 5 balls a second. I get a chance to make the front. But.
No, I think it's great. I love it. I think it's great. It gives us a chance to go and have some fun. And at the end, I think paintball. Any form of paintball, rec ball, Kegman mechanical. Any form of paintball is great paintball. You know what I mean? It's just something different, right? Like it's we're not gonna go out there and practice. We're just gonna throw in a team and have some fun with it, right?
Well, I definitely.
It's a rec ball day with a little bit of competition. That's why I like it.
Well, Dave, I definitely recommend and support this mechanical movement that's going on with Reinecker, Texas, or with you guys or anything. I will be everywhere with these guys, and if you guys haven't seen it, I highly support it, and I suggest you guys get on the ball and out there. Just take a shot at it. It's old school style, and I think if you guys haven't played it, I definitely think it's something you guys should try.
Well, there's a little more skill in that instead of hiding behind 2 cases of paint and never moving. Hey, Dave, I'm going to put you on a spot right now. Am I going to get you in the dunk tank next week? You gonna go? Am I going to get you in the dunk tank next week? It's a fundraiser for the.
No, but I'll go.
No. What do you mean no?
If you need me to, I'll go in there. But
I need as many people as I can, and I'll be in there.
Well, we want to make sure he goes last because the water will be overflowing at that point. So.
I don't think I'm liked by a lot of people. I think you guys will make a lot of money on me. You're right.
Well, yeah, I think between you and Glenn Forrester, what's going to be a run for the money.
Glenn Forrester won't do it. He won't do it, and neither will Todd Martinez.
I feel like if Glenn did it, he'd end up like once he got out shaking like a wet.
I wouldn't throw him. I'd throw him right at Glenn. I wouldn't even worry about dunking him.
Hey, Bud Orr is going to get in the tank. I told him, Bud, nobody wants to dunk you except maybe Glenn Palmer.
need nice people in there. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
no one's gonna want to go after a nice person.
Yeah. Well,
Well, shit, then nobody will throw at me then.
well, hey,
Say
listen.
that again?
Nobody will throw at me then.
I will.
No, you're too, yeah. I would definitely throw you.
Hey,
Yeah, you're supposed to throw at the target, not me.
hey, Dave. Listen, man, I love you to death, bro. You mean the most to me ever, and
You too, brother.
I'll see you next week for sure.
Absolutely, man. And thank you guys for having me on here. And
Yeah, thanks for calling, Dave.
Thanks for the support, Dave. I love you, man. Thank you.
All right, so Dave, see you next week.
I love you too, bro. No, of course. Later, guys.
All right,
Okay,
thanks. Bye.
Cool. So we're limited on time, but we got Brian Fo LB
Oh,
calling in next. Foul. Sorry,
foul.
wrecked it. So before he calls in, we had a lot of people calling in asking
I don't think we're
specific
using
questions.
Yeah,
I
that's
wanted
good.
to get a couple of those out of the way. One of the funniest ones I saw was from Kevin Foote, who we already mentioned. He was asking if you still have the cat from the Jawbreaker video.
Oh God, yeah, that cat actually died. The cat's name was Neo, and it was the best cat in the universe. I replaced it with another cat. I like the cloning kind of thing, but this one's an asshole. So I think I gotta, I should. So if anybody knows me, like this cat had gotten into things that it probably shouldn't have back in the day.
Your weed?
So it was a little more mellow and a little more different than most. This cat has, since I moved on and I've got a little older, this cat hasn't quite experienced those kind of things. But I think reverting back to that might help this cat out. It has claws, there's claw marks on everything in the house. My mom was there earlier, and I'm like, I want to kill this cat. Like, I used to shoot this cat with my paintball gun. PETA, don't even bother calling me, I'm broke anyway. However, this cat, I cloned it. It's new, it's Jack, my wife named it. But, I love cats. I like having multiple cats around.
Wow.
Wow. But with
Mother?
that, don't look at my mom for that. So anyway, no, the cat had passed away. It was about 17 years old, and if anybody who has pets out there knows, losing a pet is like losing a family member. It was very tough, and I'm emotional. I'm a guy. I'm not afraid to cry in front of people, but it was terrible. Yeah. So that one's gone.
All right.
I replaced it with a new one. Kind of like wives. A little easier.
Cat gone, new cat. All right, next question, which I wanted to know, is we've all seen The Execution. All right? Is that guy, did he pass away? Is he still with us?
He's right next to Neo. Actually, after I did that, I didn't hear Kyle Stahl's name once again after that. I think I ruined his career.
You shot him into retirement.
Well, it was more like a flop. You see the flops in soccer? Come on, man. I shot him once in the back of the band. Did it really hurt?
He dropped.
Fuck, I was shooting like 350. Of course it hurt. Come on, man. Let's be realistic about this.
And then he came back and tanked him. That part didn't make the video.
I think that was one of the best moments when you do that, and like every single ref, red flags at the same time.
And they picked up the flags off the ground and threw them again. I was like, you're gonna get carpal tunnel, man. Relax. But the good thing is back in the day, when you get a malicious penalty like that, I looked at the clock knowing there was only 3 seconds left. So even if I got a malicious penalty, I was only out for the next half of the game instead of the whole next game. So there was a thought process within that.
Yeah, most likely, I don't
Thoughtful
know.
execution.
It was thoughtful. With all due respect. Respectfully.
I don't know if you had a similar penalty nowadays, like how long would they sit you out?
You know what? I don't know, because nobody does that stuff
Hey, if
anymore.
you did that shit on my watch, I'd have executed him right there.
Well, that's why mechanicals.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, we can get
I love
some
McCann. I'm a big fan. I'm telling you, I'm a big fan.
Cool. Dan, did you want to go over any of his Avalanche history? I know you had some specifics.
Yeah, so around, let's see, you played with Easy Company from, what did you say, like 90?
It was like 90, God, I want to say 90. I got out of the military in 92. So like, it was probably like 92, 93. I moved back to Iowa, where my whole family's from, in Dubuque, Midwest. And I was like, hey, let's go to this big tournament. It was Dallas, 94.
Yeah.
And we ended up going as Easy Company to 94 in Dallas. And
you guys were shooting what?
And they were all shooting Icon Z1s. This is back with, God, what was his name? Montneal.
Yeah,
Is that right? Montneal Design?
Yeah, Marcus
Design
Neely and
had made, they had made Icon 1s, but with no disrespect to those guys, I was shooting a Bud Orgun at the time, and Bud was a huge support of myself. And I was a kid at the time. and he was like, here, shoot this or do that and whatever. And I was still shooting a pump.
What kind of gun it was?
I was shooting a pump.
Just a sniper too.
I was shooting a sniper too. Me and Marty Bush were the only two shooting pumps at this time. And I mean, I was.
Was it a sniper that you got from Bud, or was it
No,
one that Russell Breeden had?
Actually, no. Russell Breeden got it. That's OG. Yeah. So Russell Breeden actually is the one that taught me how to play paintball.
LB's calling in.
All right, we got Brian Fowl calling in right now.
All right, Brian, you there? Oh shit! Hold on one second.
God, he's the worst at this.
Fuck, dude, it's not like I do this for a living. Let me do something I do for a living. I'll do better than you.
How many calls do we have?
All right, are we there?
He'll get better.
Brian, you there?
Here, Dan, you're pretty cut off, so like at least come in the bottom.
Hey, Brian, hold on one second. I'm gonna finish the story. Okay, so what happened was like Russell Breeden had taught me how to play paintball.
Yeah.
I would shoot a sniper, a pump back in the day, and everybody else was shooting autocockers or whatever it might be. And we played Dallas that year as Easy Company, and then that had just morphed into Avalanche in Pittsburgh, I think, in a few tournaments, which is a long story, but I mean, Avalanche turned into.
So was that like 94, 95?
95, yeah. I remember GB. I remember what happened was if you were an amateur team and you had the points to make the cut to pro, you could bump a pro team out. And I remember we were Avalanche and we were playing in Pittsburgh and we had the points to push out GBD. And just because Glenn Forsher's an asshole, I was like, yep, let's do it. So we ended up going pro. We got I think third.
No, I think we came
second or third. So that was our first pro tournament. And funny is that Glenn ended up being the captain of Infamous or whatever Avalanche. It was Avalanche at the time. So it was exactly. It was full circle. But anyway, that's how everything happened, and it was a very weird transition, and coming from Florida to what I was doing to where I am now, it's so odd, and it goes to show you that no matter where you come from, if you have the drive to do whatever you want to do, just do it. It's real simple.
Make it happen.
Yeah, I mean it's not hard. Just do it. I mean, look at me.
Put in the work.
So, if everybody's wondering what the hell I'm doing, me and Chris are trying to hold this speaker up.
Okay, listen, I'm just going to hold it because you are absolutely failing.
No, because my your shit's a little tiny.
So listen, so Brian Fowl's on the line.
Brian Fowl's on the line, and before he does, there is going to be a brawl in here. A little short update. You got like 30 minutes to get your raffle entries in now, and we just got a bunch of extra prizes added. We got a Dave Baines Impact jersey, we got a Colorado Hitman jersey, we got 2 entries to any CPX event, we got push bags, a push mask, and a ton of other gear. So you got 30 minutes if you want entries, $10 an entry, no limit.
Beer assistant
at hotmail.com. Toss it in there. And
beer assistant.
7:30. That's it. Okay.
Wow.
Brian, what's up?
Yeah, buddy. What's going on, man? So, Chris, just to echo your 95 Pittsburgh point, I would say that Susan actually qualified from amateur to professional as well, that same event, and we could have pushed out the Ironman. We did push out the Ironman, even though it was attempted sponsorship was dangled out in front of us. We won the goddamn event, but then Renna complained about something that Caesar did and lost that game with Joe Ford and David Cream, and then we fixed it. So.
Oh no! You gotta get you just have to get technical, don't you, B? Always getting technical.
I got to make sure the facts are
Oh, yeah. See, I forgot about those insignificant facts. So anyway, so Brian, what we're talking about is we're trying to figure out, and use your words wisely. This isn't an R-rated show. We're talking about embarrassing Chris stories or best Chris stories that you might have.
There you go.
The best ones are embarrassing.
And
I mean, that's like when we were talking yesterday. Like, I mean, so many of my stories are R-rated.
Go ahead.
Hey, listen, we put the kids and wives to bed. We're good.
If your kid is still watching, they're about to grow up real fast.
I mean, God, there's so many best Chris stories. That it's hard to pick one or two. I mean, I guess for me, having played with them for as long as I did, and sharing blood, sweat, tears together, it's always a road for me. And I think most guys that play paintball I live up now. They travel. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong. The minute you step on the field is amazing, and that competitive nature is why we continue to play. But I don't know if I've never laughed so hard so many times that I have with Soy, and it is it's the travel and the road piece and being all over the globe and just doing just dumb stuff and then doing fun stuff and then good stuff too. The travel is the fun part. That's serious. And to make it specific about playing. Ironically, it was when we were not playing together, and this was in Phoenix in 2008, I think it was, or something. So we just got banged up. I mean, two of our guys were sick, one of our guys broke his leg or something. Our coach supposedly had to fly back to his grandmother died, and Chris was not with us at the time. But Chris really stepped up, for me, for John, and for Travis, and he coached us, and he coached us to a victory, and I'll never forget that part as long as I live. I can remember like it was yesterday, walking onto the last point, it was 47 seconds left, I think we were playing, Western Legion, but there was 47 seconds left, and I think Western Legion was going to play to go to overtime, and that was the last one out of the pit, and Chris, Chris grabbed me, and he just kind of pulled my head in the head, and go win this game, He's like, I know you can win this game, go win this game, and I love you, and like that, for me, like, I got chills talking about it right now, and so that's, the ironic part is, it's not necessarily that we're playing together, but it's what Chris did for me and for his guys in that moment that I think it really represents who Chris is. He's the most selfless person I've ever met on the planet, the guy, if you just met him, would give you the shirt off his back, which I think is a very admirable trait. And so that's probably one of my favorite moments with Chris. Now, embarrassing moments, oh my God, Jesus Christ. This one time, this is when we used to rap paintball then. Chris and I we're sober, for the record. We were actually sober. We just come off
now I know this is
doing nothing. Or repping, quote unquote. And Chris and I think maybe had a cocktail or a beer then after that, and then we decided that we were both going to have a wrestling match, and him and I were going to wrestle each other in front of all men. It's not like we're trying to impress anyone. It's just a matter of being complete idiots. And, and so Chris and I are wrestling, and of course, like, I'm not going to get, he's not going to get, we're literally deadlocked on the ground, choking each other to death, and finally, I can't remember who came over to convince us to stop, but we eventually stopped, and then the next 15 minutes were fine, but then the next morning we woke up and we both couldn't turn our heads. we had both injured each other dramatically.
That was terrible. Oh God, that was terrible.
Do you remember that, dude?
That was Atlantic City. Of course I remember it 100%.
And there was a few more than just a couple of drinks there.
Good Lord.
It doesn't take much to get us going, but
Nothing like the brotherly bros.
Like I remember hating life so bad.
Oh.
Like I felt like I had a neck brace on, or like I was in a halo, and I couldn't lift left, I couldn't lift right, I couldn't drive a car.
It was great for reffing. Great for reffing. Fantastic.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Good Lord. Straight ahead, yeah.
That is a good story, actually. Isn't that the weekend that Sean Ellis put Rab's head through the door in the bathroom?
Wasn't it? No, I thought Ellis kept Rab's head in the elevator, and the elevator kept shutting it. Wasn't it a
No. That was Seattle for his birthday.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's just too many stories.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
We're gonna have to put a book of just all this story.
So anyway, those are good stories, Brian. I love it.
We put it right next to that video of the execution.
I think the story I remember most about us, Brian. I can't remember what tournament it was, but we were playing in a tournament on the Black Empire field, and we were playing some chump ass team. And
Tampa.
Was it? It was Tampa. Yeah. And all I remember is you and Trey. It was you, Travis, and me. I was at like their 30, and all I remember is you yelling at me, going, "Have a game, Soy." Do you remember that?
Have a game, yeah, have a game.
And I went up and shot the rest of those idiots, finally. But that was the guy in the camo. I was like, I'm not gonna get beat by a guy in camo. No offense to you guys. I'm not gonna get beat by a guy in camo. No offense. I'm serious. No, this guy was like a total nerd. God. And I'm like, I am.
Like everybody, to your point, we lost everybody off the break. I mean, it was literally Jimmy and Trav, like, and then it was just like, oh shit, now, you know, it's like, okay, like, because it was like, we just came off the Excel, and this is like the separation, this is on Excel, and we're like, we're the best team in the world of playing Excel, we're going to come to the Excel and show everyone who's behind. Granted, we won the tournament, but, I mean, it was like our first or second game out, and like, we got punched in the face, and it was like, okay, now what? And then I was like, you let them a fucking game, because if you don't, we're going to look really bad here.
Yeah, I could hear the desperation in your voice. So I cheated at least 3 times that game, I think. So I'm like, okay, I got it.
At least.
Hey, listen, I'm in there. I'm in it to win it. But yeah, winning Tampa against Dynasty was a highlight of our time. I love that tournament.
Yeah, no, that was a good statement.
That was Raymond James Stadium when my little nephew was born.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, we're gonna win this game, so let's just go. It's easy. Let's just get out of the way so we can have a beer. another beer. Sorry.
Do you have like a tally of just how many won tournaments, how many finals?
You know, Brian. But what he asked, Brian, he asked if we have a tally of how many tournaments we won and finals and this and that. And I'll be honest with you, man, I really don't know.
Brandon Lamerson has
We'll have to put that together, yeah.
I really don't know. It's
like, and every tournament you win is different because it's a different reason. You know, there's a different game that stands out. I mean,
right.
Case in point, the story that Chris just told. You know, I mean, there's that story. Like I can remember. You know, it's like I think the coaching story. Like I mean, you can remember these games like yesterday. They're still in my mind. Right? You need to replay them over and over again.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just like every event is different. You know, and they never feel the same. They always feel good, but they feel good for different reasons, just because of everything that it takes. You know, it's not, especially today's game now, as competitive paintball is. You know, it takes a lot to win a tournament in any regard. You know, and you really and you give up a lot to do that. You give up a lot of your personal life. You give up a lot of a lot of friendships are put on the back burner because your life is a sport. But yeah, I mean they're all great. But I don't have an answer for you.
No, I mean most don't. I was asking. Yeah, I didn't know anyone that actually did keep track until I saw Rainey posted like he had a notebook of just a list of every single tournament. You know, what place they got, what prize money they got, and I was like...
Well, when I win so much, it's kind of hard to keep track, so...
you know, I think that's great that he does that. You know, what I would say is I can tell you how many tournaments I lost. You know what I mean? I can tell you that. You know? And that feeling never goes away. You know, I mean,
awesome.
The winning piece is the peak of the mountaintop, but
that's why you keep
I can
going
remember
back.
every tournament that I lost more than I can remember tournaments that I won, because you're constantly replaying that over and over in your head as to what you could have done different, or how you could have played better, or how you could have prepared more, or what you took for granted. And I can tell you that, you know, I think that's what makes people great. I think that's what makes people competitive, you know?
Totally. Great.
Well, hey, listen, Brian, I love you to death, man.
Put them together.
We got another call coming in, so we're gonna roll out, okay? Brian.
Love your story. Thanks, guys. Thanks for putting us on. I hope everyone has a good time, and everyone they get some buys as much stuff so they can win a bunch of cool stuff.
Thanks, Brian. Love you, bud.
Thanks for calling, Brian. Yeah. And we got Rich Telford on the line, I believe.
Hi, guys.
Hey, what's up, Rich?
What's up, Rich? How's it going, buddy?
Well, this is like more of a Chris Lasoya roast than anything. So you might as well jump on the bandwagon.
We're trying to figure out the most embarrassing pony story you got, or how about the biggest whoop ass you gave him?
Huh.
I don't think I ever shot Chris. I don't think I ever looked at that. I don't think
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You have definitely shot me multiple times, many. In fact, let me tell you a story before I get too involved in this. So when the first NXL started, we were shooting like, what do you think, Rich, 55 balls a second?
Yeah, at least.
So Rich and I were playing against each other.
And this was the jersey you were wearing.
And
right?
no, the first NXL tournament. This is
Got it.
back
This is
Miami
the
Effect
X-Ball
days.
tournament. Got it.
So I'm playing. We're playing against each other, and I would just shoot. I know it's kind of weird. I shoot the shit out of people, and then of course there's Rich. There's Rich just shooting the shit out of me, and it got to the point. I think him and I were in a bar one night, and I'm like, "Listen, here's the deal. We got to come to a truce." And you're like, "Yeah, I kind of agree." We're like, "No more bonus balling, right?" He's like, and I think you and I agreed, no more bonus balling, and ever since that day, we've never bonus balled each other after that point. Correct?
And we saved lots of loves that way.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. I came home that first tournament from the X-Balls. I think I had literally 200 welts on me. It looked like I had ringworm, and it was mostly because of you. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
It was a good rough day.
Oh, good lord! But I remember that. I remember that specific conversation you and I had about having a truce.
Yeah, I just did with you too, and I remember the next year that's not being quite thankful.
So true.
Yeah, we got Kevin here said that you can actually see Rich shooting Chris in push with a bob long Defiant. So there you go. It happened.
Oh, dude, Rich shot me multiple times. And half the time I wiped him off.
Well, heck, if you had to come to a truce, yeah.
But wait, you may have shot him a lot of times, but how many times did you actually walk off the field?
Well, eventually. Eventually.
You got me a good one game in Sweden, or Amsterdam.
Oh, it was Amsterdam.
We were playing, and I think I had to shoot him 4 or 5 times that game. I started actually getting pretty pissed off. But Chris in classic defense after the game, I'm like, "Hey, fucker, you cheated me." He's like, "Yep, I did." I'm like,
"Hey, I might be a cheater, but I'm not a liar."
Yeah, we got Thomas Taylor adding here that he remembers the
and I've
first
always
time
respected that.
he shot you also.
What's that?
We got Thomas Taylor saying he remembers the first time he shot you also. So Thomas, if you're still watching, what tournament?
Well, I would love to see what time Thomas Taylor shot me because I do not recall that. Hey, so Rich, give us a good embarrassing or proud moment with me and you.
I don't know, man. We always had a really good. I mean, I thought there was always a good vibe going all the way back to the Easy Company days, man.
Yeah, no, without question.
Come over and play with us.
Yeah, no, we always and you and I actually had this conversation because Rich was one of the guys that reached out to me when I had my accident, and hey man, how you doing? You know, and you know, very very friend like, and I'm like, dude, I've always loved you, always respected you, and you've always been a really good friend. So
Actually, Rich was one of the first people that contacted me, and then Del Trent right behind him.
Yeah,
you know,
small group of guys.
Well, I remember the time. Well, I don't think any of you guys are really small. In the, I remember one time. I think we were in France, and you were watching a game, and my gun accidentally went off. And
No, that was England.
Oh, was it England?
England.
So my gun.
That halfway net.
Yeah. So they had this halfway, BS net over in England, and my gun went off accidentally, and I still claim that it went off accidentally. And
did it
shot the net. It shot the bullshit net that's in England, and literally almost shot Rich right in the eye. And he put his gun down. And anybody who knows Rich, he's not the person to mess with, without question. He walks in the field and he gets up to me and he goes, "I'm going to punch you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I deserve it." Do you remember that? I deserve it. I'm like, "Okay, go ahead." And and if Rich punches you, you're going to feel it for a week or two, without question. I was really hoping he wasn't going to. And he's like, "I can't punch you." I'm like, "Fuck, thank God. Jesus."
But I will anyway.
But no, he goes, "However, I'm still mad at you," and he walks away. I was like,
normally Rich just punches you with the words and makes you feel.
Oh, jeez, no! I've seen Rich knock the biggest men off his feet in one hand, like a Jedi ninja kind of move, whatever stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm fat. So.
Hey, we're all fat now, Rich. I mean,
you're unassuming.
Well, not you guys are fat, but I mean, I guess
I'm bored.
Anyway, so
we're working on it. We eat burritos like every day.
He needs a sandwich, really.
Yeah, I need my sandwich.
So Rich, do you have any funny stories? Do you think?
Man, I'm not a really good funny story guy, man. I just really had a good time hanging out with all you guys. Obviously I was heartbroken when I saw you were going through a hard time, so I want to reach out to you. It's just good young fun with you guys. Just near about those times.
Yeah, well, I did. I really appreciate that, Rich, man. It was rough, and you know, I've said it once, and I said it again. You know, with Benji and Phil and all these guys like really helping us out. I mean, he came through with this super sick stock gun. You guys will see in a little bit.
He's got a desert duck.
You know, I mean, but I mean, cool. just the kickback and what you guys have done. I mean, it means a lot. You know, and it actually helped me because it was a very stressful time.
Yeah.
Hey,
Take care of each other because coming up is going to you guys.
hey, Rich,
Right.
I got a question for you. So,
Yes, sir.
Chris wants to get back at you for whatever reason he can. You gonna go in the dunk tank, let him throw at you?
I never said that, just for the record. I never said that.
I'm trying to get everybody I can in a dunk tank, and I'm sure there's a few guys out there would want to dunk you.
Yeah.
Because they can't do anything else to you.
If I'm somewhere where it happens and I have some shorts and it's not cold out, yeah, man.
That's a lot of variables.
I'm leaving driving like 7 or 8 hours.
That's a lot of variables, Rich.
And.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Heard
well,
that.
I feel like that's a lot of love.
Yeah, it is.
Well, if Rich doesn't have a crazy video, we got Chris Corsino adding in that he saved you from being jumped in Hawaii. So I don't know.
Oh
if you
God,
remember
that's a
that
good
one.
story. That's a good story.
We'll have to go into that one after
Yeah.
7:30 when I'm writing tickets.
Absolutely.
And you guys can go into that.
Hey, all right, so Rich, you're not good at how about embarrassing stories?
Man, like I don't really remember any embarrassing stories. I remember a couple motherfucking moments. I remember a couple times when we were knocked out, didn't know he was knocked out, and I kind of ran into him late at night. He's like, "I'll see you tomorrow." I'm like, "I don't think you're gonna see you tomorrow." And he's like, "What?" And that's about it.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I didn't add very well. I needed a calculator. you're always the numbers.
Rocky showed up the next day drunk as shit. Rich, where are we playing? I'm like, "You guys didn't make Rocky." Yeah, no bullshit, man. Where are we playing at? I'm like, "Rocky, you're the only buddy. You're the only one here." Hang out with us until everybody gets back.
Do you remember the? Well, I think you and I went to someplace. You and I were in the same hotel room, and the "Can I get a minute" moment. Do you remember that?
Say it again.
Do you remember the "Can I get a minute" moment when I came in?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna repeat it, but that's actually one of my favorite stories in the universe. Gotta say. That I loved you from. I loved you from that moment, and I learned how to bring earplugs.
Yeah, so I know this is the rated R stream, but we're gonna have the rated X stream next week.
Nice.
For the rest of the
Tune in next week. Coming in hot, literally.
Cool.
So, hey, listen, Rich, we're gonna go, man. I love you to death, my friend. You're the best.
Thanks for
All right,
calling, Rich. Take it easy.
Thanks, Rich. We'll see you next weekend.
All right, take care, guys.
All right, guys.
All right,
This is the most workout he's got all month.
Yeah, so we got one more person calling in. We got Fridge. He's
Oh wow.
not in yet, so we can go over a couple more things. I know.
Locking up.
Beer assistant.
So I know a lot of people wanted to know about you being the $6 million man. You know, a lot of people thought you got a personal $6 million sponsorship. Some people thought it was for Avalanche. So, you know, how did your sponsorships work back in the day? What were your biggest ones? How were you making money?
So people don't know, like, I think that I was the first person to get sponsored by cash. It was myself and Rocky Cagnoni from JT, and Chuck Hench actually was the one to sponsor us. And this is a big sponsorship back then. We got $5,000 a year, split in 4 payments. Yeah, but back then it was a big deal. And that's what kind of started the ball rolling for sponsorships. You know, and then all of a sudden we started getting guns and this, that, the other thing. So what had happened was we had an unfortunate incident at the World Cup as Avalanche, and so we had an unfortunate incident as Avalanche, and sorry, it's hemorrhoids. It's okay. It's his hemorrhoids. So anyway, so we had an unfortunate incident at the World Cup, and I was like, okay, that's it. We're changing sponsors. We're doing this. We're doing that. And I went and spoke to Gino Posterivo, who owned National Paintball at the time and who owns Vulcan now. And he had given us, you know, he's like, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. Very, you know, intuitive on the market and everything. And we made this smoking hot deal. And out of that came a great sponsorship that we had that created Infamous. John Richardson had actually come up with that name, I believe, John and Brian. And then that's when we started the Infamous crew. Huge, you know, monetary value with that. And
Now, was that coming in cash, paint, guns?
oh no,
all the
they
above?
gave us 6-figure cash for the year. Was that? I think it might have been Miami Effect actually. It was probably Miami Effect actually. I think it was Miami Effect.
Okay.
And lot of money, and you know, of course, I had my personal gun out at the time, which was the Chris Lasoya Timmy. I think you guys remember it. I mean, obviously there was a lot more to it than this. This is like,
This is just
you know, this is the one I threw. I threw this one a couple times. But Bob Longhead had come up because he had a deal with Gino at the time, and I had got a deal with those guys, and the $6 million man thing came out. It wasn't just me internally. It was the team's money, my personal sponsorship, you know, cash-wise, and what I was making off the gun. And, you know, there is hope out there. You know, there was a lot of cash, and I was doing extremely well for many, many years. And eventually, over the years, it did up to $6 million. That's how much revenue was driven from that. So it wasn't a fallacy. Did I get $6 million? No, I'd have abs at this point.
You got.
I have one. They're there somewhere. But
Might have a six-pack, you got a keg. So
exactly. But no, it was a great idea. It was very well executed, and it was great marketing. And you can still see, you know, Infamous. We took Miami Effect to Infamous, and you know the transition from there. Travis Lemansky and Thomas and those guys are doing a really good job with it. And you know, it's ongoing. You know,
Hey, can I mention something here? You were Infamous, and then you wanted to cross to the other league, so you came over as Miami Effect.
No, we were Miami Effect. So Miami Effect was an X-Ball team, and for those of you guys who don't know,
Okay.
X-Ball and 7-Man at the time couldn't play each other's leagues. And I'm not the kind of person that you tell no to. So I was like, okay, I'm leaving. So we created another team called Infamous, and we left, went and played 7-Man, and whooped everybody's ass for a good year. And then all of a sudden they opened the league up and said, okay, you can play everything, but they wouldn't let us back in the league. So it was, it's very political, and, you know,
Right.
hence the reason I'm playing, you know, mechanical and woods ball and big games now, because it's way more fun.
I got a story about that one, because I was the ultimate at the time when he came, and the first 2 tournaments that they entered, they won. One was Tampa, and one was Denver, yeah.
And let me cut you off for 1 second. Guys, you got 5 minutes if you still want entries for this raffle. There's a crazy amount of stuff. 5 minutes. The address, PayPal address to send your entries to is right there. No limit,
be quiet.
but
You're
at
talking too much.
7:30, we're cutting it
Just
off.
listen.
No more entries. So if you want to get in, last chance. Go ahead, Phil.
Anyway, so I remember in the finals, you guys are playing Dynasty. You shot 6 of the 7 guys, and Rusty with a broken gun. The last shot across the field, he took the corner up before he got there. But I watched. Now I was the ultimate, so I wasn't on the field, but I was up in a tower watching. It was like he had a fucking homing beacon. Because as soon as he looked at that side of the market, he came around this side. Then you go to the next guy, he's looking at that side. And I didn't hear anybody tell him, he's up on the left, he's on the right. I didn't hear any of that. But I watched him just go through there. The last guy in the corner, Rusty Glaze, he broke his gun in half somehow. He kind of puts together, goes, pop, and shoots the last guy. Swapping him amazing.
I was very disappointed about that.
Oh, that you didn't get him? No, that was an amazing game. It was like he fucking knew where they were. Ah, God damn it, my hamstring. Ow! Ah.
Drink water.
Drink water.
Drink water,
not
people.
beer. We had one more question about a little paintball politics here, which was what happened in that unfortunate 2002 event that caused 3/4 of Avalanche to leave.
You know,
liberty to say?
No, I mean, everybody knows what the incident was. You know, it was very unfortunate. We actually, there was something that happened on the field, and we were playing GZ, I believe it was at the time, and we were whooping their ass anyway. But unfortunately, something had happened out of bounds, and you know, we ended up getting eliminated from the tournament. I remember throwing my phone so hard, and I had the old Nextel bloop 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 thing, whatever, and I remember throwing my phone so hard it bounced off the net and then hit Maurice Gibbs' big RV, or we call it tour bus, and it put a big scratch in the side of the tour bus. So Maurice Gibbs comes out, starts yelling at me. Who is you know, God bless him, he passed away. Was a really good friend of mine and a lot of ours. But you know, I tried to buff it out, but it didn't fucking work. But it was an unfortunate incident. You know, it happened, and you know, there's really nothing to be said about it, really.
Cool. That's all right. That's about it. Chris, if you want to bring up the current raffle list, I will finish the rest of the entries.
Absolutely.
And
I gotta pee anyway. Excuse me.
cool. So
Oh, my hamstring.
Chris is
What a dick. What a dick. You
dick.
don't even have any more, do you?
So as we wait for Fridge to call, if he's gonna call, because he's in Vegas.
He's
So-
in Vegas
so
partying.
We'll see if that happens. You want to do a little old school gear show off? Yeah. What do you think, Phil?
You guys do whatever you want.
Because we got here.
This may be. Oh,
So
all right. So
we got Phil.
this is an original Avalanche jersey.
We got Sonny Lopez.
Sonny Lopez.
Alrighty.
Sonny Lopez in the house. Sonny, you there? Hold on, we get you on this thing.
Cool. And just so everybody knows, Sonny Lopez
Sonny Lopez.
did a Colorado Hitman jersey right before the raffle, so that's going to be up for grabs also.
Yeah, there's a. You're on the line. You're on the mic. What's up, Sonny Lopez?
Thank you for doing this, guys. Very cool.
No worries. Thanks for calling, Sonny.
Are you watching this shit online?
No, my computer's like way over there, and my charger.
Way over there on the other side of the fields. Hey, so what happened? What Chris is using the bathroom. He'll be back in a second. So.
But if you want to roast him now, that's totally cool.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna put you in Fridge on. Hold on, I'm gonna merge you guys.
We got Fridge McKay calling also. So they're going to be on a little two-way call, three-way call.
All right, Fridge, you there?
For sure.
Fridge. Fridge, you there? Fridgy boy, are you there?
Good. How are you, buddy? Good. You coming to Super Game with us this year? I'm gonna try. I hope so.
All right, so for the audience, we've got Sonny Lopez and Fridge McKay on the line right now.
Yeah, and Lasoya's in the bathroom, so if you guys
Lasoya's in the bathroom touching himself.
If you want to talk shit about him, like, go for it.
This is the time. Oh, Paul's gonna go join him.
Oh, Paul's going to help touch, I guess.
He's going to go help him out.
Anyway, hey, so
Finish that up real quick.
hey, so one of you guys, now that he's out of the room, Sonny, tell us about Hawaii.
Oh shit, that's funny you say that. Well, the things I can say about Hawaii, it's funny. I never really liked to use elevators very often, and we were in a big group of people, and we had to go take an elevator through one floor. And I remember thinking like, oh, I just want to, the stairs are right there. I'm just gonna go do the stairs like normal. So everybody's all, pretty much into the conversation, all good times. And Lasoya, I think it was DJ Reza, a couple girls, myself, and so I walked in this elevator with them, and I remember thinking like, God, I've never used an elevator for, just a couple floors, and that fucking elevator got stuck. And we're going one floor, and it turned into I didn't think anything of it in the beginning. I don't think any of us thought anything of it in the beginning, but after a while, we realized like, oh, we are stuck. They're calling the fire department, and this girl in the party, I'm sure Lasoya will remember her. It definitely was started becoming an overwhelming experience, and they had to open the door. And we were in between floors, so they had to thread through some oxygen and give this girl some oxygen. And it was one of those stressful situations where you kind of like, see character in different people you maybe haven't seen before. And it turned out to be a great situation because, Chris kept you calm. Everybody was, you're in a tight elevator where, you believe you're going to be in there for seconds, and then all of a sudden you're in there for, 2 hours or whatever it was. But it took far too long to get us out of that thing. And there was no doubt, I'm sure Chris remembers some other things from that long week.
I think he was trying to give her mouth to mouth.
You got locked up in an
Locked in the elevator in Hawaii. Hey, Fridgy boy, Chris just walked back in the room. Say something embarrassing. Oh, I got one. Hey, Fridge, what about your stethoscope? Oh no, it was a cup on the wall.
No. That's another show.
Oh, that's the X-rated show.
That's another show.
That's the X-rated show.
That's another show.
Fridge, give us one that's a little lower key than that one.
but just a bit.
Just a tip.
We can't talk about any of those weird ones. We got to talk about Chris Lasoya and a famous game against GBD.
Oh yeah.
One of the first games I played on the team. I got 3,000 rounds on my back and a spare tank.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing people on the field. And Chris Lasoya walks up halfway through the game and goes, "Bridge, fix my gun." And I look at the gun, it's broken in half. I'm like, what do you think I can do on this field?
Which
I go,
gun was
go
it?
give it to the ump and then run down this tape. So he gave his gun to the ref, because you could do that in the old days. If your gun broke, you could give it to the ref so you don't get in trouble. He gave it to the ref, ran down the tape, and I shot 5 people and won the game.
Oh,
I remember that.
Hey, I remember one in Dallas one year. He comes over. He got hit, and Judge takes his armband. He pulls another one out of his pocket.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, whatever. he pulls. He had one of each in his pocket, and he pulled it out, put it on, went back in, shot 3 more people.
The armband?
they didn't catch you doing it?
No. This is what happened. Okay, so the real story is this, because Phil's colorblind, obviously. So we're in Pittsburgh. We're playing lockout, and Billy Saransky is playing with us at the time. And I'm at the bottom tape, way up there, because everybody else decided they want to stay back. Phil, Fridge, all those other guys.
Yeah, okay.
And I get shot. So I stand up, and I'm walking back to the dead box, because the dead box was at the back of the field at the time. And I seen a lot more of us than I really wanted to. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep playing. So I went to the other side of the field. I went up to Billy Saransky, and I was like, hey, Billy, I'm already dead. I don't have an armband. What do you need me to do? He goes, go kill those guys right there. And I'm like, okay. So I run down the field. I shoot these 2 guys who won the game.
No, you pulled an arm back.
No, I did not.
You did too.
No.
Yes, you did. All right, must have been another tournament then. I watched you pull an armband out of your pocket.
Listen, if you don't ever.
That's why I said it was Dallas.
Listen, I know I have done that in the past, but my story was better.
Oh, okay.
So tell us one about the pulling out an armband then.
Okay, so this did happen. We're in Dallas one time.
Here we go.
And we were doing armbands, and I'm always the guy to take the armbands and put them on people. And the reason I would do that is if there was an extra one, I'd put it in my pocket. So I'm playing, and I'm playing on the far side of the field, and I always go to the fixed side of the field. So I get shot, I get called out, I run to the back of the field, I put the other armband on, and I go to the other side of the field. And I ended up running down the tape with, God, who was it at the time? I think Mike Bennett. And we ran down, and we ended up shooting the last 4 guys in the back because they had pushed the other side thinking I was dead, but I came around behind them. And then they realized that they shot me because I was with my ponytail. And they went to the judge and said, hey, we shot him. It was a big ordeal. I got away with it, but I didn't do it again.
Were a lot of people pulling that kind of stuff back in the day?
No, he originated.
There's no way.
Maybe Mikey Bruno.
No,
maybe Mikey Bruno.
Mikey Bruno just goes. Mikey Bruno in Boston gets in the river and swims down the river behind the All-Americans, comes behind him and shoots them all in the back, and won the game.
What gun was he holding his gun up in the air?
or
was he using an automag?
No, he was using the autococker at the time. But I remember that specifically. He's like soaking wet. Do you guys remember that by chance?
I remember that.
Hey, let's change the subject here and ask hey Sonny, what's the power of 5 mean?
Oh my God.
Okay, sorry.
I was going to say that at the end, but I was going to give a warning, like whatever you do not tell them what that means.
I just wanted to kind of shift the subject away from me and onto somebody else. Needless to say,
everyone have a good time. Go to Hawaii with Chris Lasoya. That is for damn sure.
Yeah,
I stayed for like a year and a half.
Yeah, if you go somewhere with me, don't plan on leaving ever, because you're gonna want to recreate the moment.
I remember. Do you remember taking me down that alley? I remember basically Chris was showing me the island and showing me the underlife, and he took me down this alley that you would never go down. There's no fucking possible way you would want to go down this alley. So we go down this alley, and we get to these 2 just huge, massive walls of men, and they take one look at him, pretty much let us in, and you get up to this. It was like we went up these stairs, and you went up to this kind of like safe room. Like if they don't like you, and you're trying to come to this underground club that doesn't exist,
I'm gonna call you later, Sonny.
I told some of you guys face to face someday, but holy shit, that was like the world literally changed that night because you're just realizing like, wow, there's establishments that take it to what you think boundaries are, far beyond.
Hey, Fridge.
And those are some of the best times. That's for damn sure.
Hey, Fridgy boy, how many times have you been to one of them clubs on duty?
Only twice.
For you guys don't know, Fridge is a firefighter, and he's been to places
Could've used him a month ago.
He's pulled stuff out of places things shouldn't have been.
Yeah, right.
You good?
Yeah, hey, Chris just said, hey, Fridge, Chris just said he could have used you a month ago. Where were you?
He's supposed to be watching his back.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Vacation.
Oh, but wait, you never go on vacation. Way to pick the vacation when your boy's like on fire. Way to go, bro.
You're supposed to let the trees burn and then put them out after.
Oh, thank you. I could have that little tidbit I should have texted you. Hey, what do I do? Because I had so much time in the situation.
Just so you know, there's never been a Christmas tree fire in a Jewish household.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because there's 8 candles burning and it burned everything else
That's
down.
right. Plenty of menorah fires.
All right, so Fridgy boy, you got to talk about your biggest win with Chris, or talk about his biggest cheat on you, because we know Fridge don't cheat. I'm serious. Fridge does not cheat. I've tried to get him to cheat. He wouldn't. A ball comes, shot at him. It's bouncing. It hits him on the fucking knee and breaks. He goes, well, I got hit. I'm going out. No, you ain't. Yes, I am. And he went out. Ed Portman taught me, put some dirt in that shit.
I gotta say, you wouldn't have liked playing with me either, because playing in UWL, there's, all these old schoolers are back playing in the woods, and man, do some of them like cheating, and my guys are telling me,
You mean,
you gotta cheat because they are. And I'm like,
Jimmy
I'll get the second before cheating to get the first, but I guess I'm in the small portion of people.
Fridgy boy.
That's right.
Fridgy boy, you got your give me your best time with Chris on the field.
It's hard to remember because he's always on the other sides.
Oh, that's right. You were behind Rocky.
In the front.
No.
I was behind. Well, I was usually behind Rocky, but a lot of times I ran past him because he's so slow.
Actually, you want to just start. Go ahead. Let me change the situation a little bit. So we're in Kearney, Nebraska one time, and we were having practice for Avalanche or whatever. And in Kearney, there's no stop signs, and there's a four-way cross in front of Ed Portman's house. Oh, you know where I'm going with this. So we're all in the house,
You
and
lost some money on that one.
well, we're all in the house, and we hear somebody outside yelling in the four-way crossway. Get your free meat? Is that what it was?
Something like that.
Get your free meat, and we walk outside the door, and here's Fridge standing in the middle of a college town, in the middle of this four-way, nonstop, trying to stop traffic with his pants down to his ankles, drinking a beer. He was two-fisting it, mind you, talking to all these people, college students driving by. Get your free meat. Get your free meat. And I was like, is this happening? Am I right?
That wasn't. You're telling the story the way you remember. The way I remember, we were drinking on the corner, and you go, I dare you. I bet you $50 you won't pull your pants down, stand in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
That money, boom. Get your free meat, get your free meat.
Okay, well, I mean, it's kind of the same story.
Hey, I remember that night. Hey,
you were cold. It's fun.
We slept. Me and Fridge ended up passing out on the outdoor porch that had a big radiator, those old-fashioned radiators, and so he sleeps with his arm right against it. He wakes up in the morning with like a 4-inch water blister right there.
Oh man!
And he goes, "Wow, look at that!" I went, "Bam!"
Didn't break.
Oh, it did. Trust me, yeah. Bounce? No, it broke everywhere.
Oh.
And it flung juice everywhere.
Fucking burned by hell.
So was he out for the day?
Yeah, right.
No. He's a firefighter. He's used to it.
Yeah.
You got some what's ups here. Wes Shockley saying what's up, guys.
Wes, what's up, Wes?
Someone here wanted to see your club talent on Phil. I don't know.
Club talent.
I don't know. We gotta rephrase that a little bit.
That's how it was phrased. I just reposed it, but we're gonna have to go back through the old.
Does he want it in a clubbing?
Old questions.
Or a club like
Club and a baby seal.
You ever work for a club?
Me or
Yeah.
Phil?
You.
Oh yeah, I worked for a lot of clubs.
Here, hold this.
Yeah.
Doing what?
I'm gonna get some.
I was the GM, talent buyer. I mean, boots and pants, kind of stuff like that. You know, but we had a lot of bands and stuff. I mean, I've been around. You know, Sonny knows.
All right.
Okay. What is that?
It's a club.
This is the club talent that you get.
Here's the club.
Oh, club. Okay, I get it. Sorry, it took me a second.
Hey, we are 15 minutes away
like
from
we
raffle time.
Hey, Sonny, you got any parting shots?
Parting shots.
Say it again.
I said, Sonny Lopez, you got any parting shots?
Oh man, not really. I'm waiting for this call to come in, but I'm loving that you guys are just doing this.
Hey, I
take a good dirt on Chris, but I really don't have good dirt.
Hey, Sonny, I gotta tell you, Sonny, thank you very much for sending me that package you sent me. It's definitely helpful, and I really, really appreciate that, man. Thank you.
No problem, bro. No problem. Use as much as you need, and I'll send more.
No, don't tell me that.
All right.
Yeah, we can send him off. Thanks for calling, guys.
Fridgy boy, any parting shots, Fridge?
It was always great playing with Chris, even though I had to take care of him every game. Fridge,
Hey.
I'm not a painter. Fridge, you're not a painter. Yeah, I can only fill you up twice on the field at the same time.
That was epic. I mean, that's OG. That was epic.
I mean, no one's carrying around 3,000
No, I used to
balls
run back
nowadays.
and literally fill up my tank from his. It was insane how we used to do
Yeah,
it.
Fridge
Wait,
carried
so how big of a tank was he
a
carrying?
114.
114. He had a 114 on 114 on his back.
145 on my back.
Yeah. He had a tank on his back. Yeah. So I used to come up. I'd come
He
up.
had a fill station on the back.
Take off my gun, give it to you, you top your gun up to 1200, take 2 pods, and go push the side of the leg.
I would run all the way to the front, shoot all my paint, shoot all my air, run back to fridge, get more pods, get more paint and air, run back to the front, and we just run through. It was crazy. Yeah, I had some good running legs back then. I'm not sure what happened.
I wonder if there's any good video of those events that we can check out.
No, they're on VHS.
All right, guys. Wait, hey, Sonny,
What were the most pods that you ever saw Fridge carry on?
Hey,
the field?
Fridge, what were the most pods you or Phil ever carried?
22.
The most paint I shot in one game was 3,500 rounds.
Yes. Nice.
Hey, Fridge. What about when me?
Carpal tunnel.
What about when me and you and Tony Perez we took that wagon to what's that? Living Legends or?
That don't count. This is back in the game shit.
Dude, we took a wagon with like
Phoenix,
4 cases of paint
and we
and
were in there like 2.5 hours.
What kind of pod packs were you using to carry all this?
Modified. Zip ties, bubble gum, and some duct tape.
Hey, Fridge, if you remember, we had 22 packs from
No, it was fucking insane, bro.
we had 22
like
packs
3 on
from Rose,
3.
Insane.
and you had
And
a
when
the
they had the
114
elastics, you
tank in the
cut the
back,
elastics and started weaving
and
them.
then we put tubes in our
exactly.
pockets,
That's funny.
and we'd carry a football.
What year would this have been?
Oh yeah.
Well, he was on Avalanche. So I'm saying-
1942.
92, 93, 94 probably.
Yeah.
That's insane.
All right, guys. Hey, these guys got some business to do. I thank you guys for calling in. Sonny, we'll see you next week. And Fridge, if you can make it to Vegas for Saturday, I need to throw you in a dunk tank for Chris.
We'll see.
For the day. I know you like to gamble, so come out for the day.
Hey guys, try to get Chris up to Super Game this year.
Hey, no, hey, I'm coming for sure, Sonny. 100%.
It's already planned.
We'll do our best.
I'm coming for sure.
I had to tell Paul that Paul Dagnio that we were choosing Super Game because Chris had never been to one.
Super Game is going to be epic this year.
That's the game.
Can't
That's
wait.
the game for sure.
No, hey, Sonny, I'm definitely coming. It's gonna be a good time. I'll push. All push guys are coming with me, so
Hey, Fridge, you gotta come and bring like 3,500 rounds so I can shoot more.
Haha! The power of 5. Yes. Absolutely.
All right.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you for calling. Thank you for your time.
Have a good afternoon.
Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
You guys have a good one.
All right, see you guys.
All right,
Bye.
thank you.
Bye.
So,
Bye-bye.
all right. Well, that was awesome that they called up. We've had a good group of guys call up.
Oh,
I know.
forget about it.
How long has it been since you've heard from some of those guys?
About 25 minutes. No, I'm kidding. Sonny and I, we keep in touch. You know, if people don't know, like Sonny, you know, he does some medicinal stuff, and he actually he took care of me with some oils and stuff. And you know, I'm not a big advocate. I'm not going to push anything on anybody, but you know, I've utilized, you know, prescription drugs or whatever for what's going on, and some medicinal stuff that I've gotten from friends of mine has been, you know, definitely very
CBD stuff can do wonders.
it's wonders, and I can't promote that by any means on anybody, but I just know it works for me. And these
Beers?
these are no joke, man. I mean, this is it's a very serious thing. So if you're ever in a fire, or if you get a burn that's more serious than you can deal with, I went home and I was chilling. I'm like, whatever, you know, I'm okay.
And he sends
you know,
me a picture.
I had a beer, fed the cats, played some video games, sent a picture to my mom, and she's like, you better get your ass to the hospital. And then I went to the hospital, and boom, I was in ICU for 17 days. So it's a
adrenaline shock.
It's a very, very serious thing. I don't know. I was just like, whatever.
I'll tell you what. I seen him the whole time in there.
I get all freaked out. I don't ever want to see that again.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So, you know, just take care of yourself. That's all.
Cool. Thanks, Chris. I know we're all glad that you're safe. You know, it's, you know, we have your buddies calling up who obviously you guys have so much time together, but, you know, for us younger guys, younger crowd, we grew up watching you. You know, you were in the magazines, you were in the videos, we were shooting your guns. You know, I saved up, I think, $1,300 to get my first tinny. It was a Lasoya.
You had to pay $1,300 for that?
Not that
That's
one
some
exactly,
bullshit.
but my first
Yeah, because they only told me.
That's $1,500. Come on, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't even remember exactly how much. It was a lot for me. And, you know, we wanted to be like you. You know, you motivated us to play tournament paintball.
Notice the hair.
No,
Different color.
his is
but-
nice.
You know,
His is amazing.
Back in the day to wear flashy colors on it. You know, nowadays your flashy colors are for the nerds. Camo's cool.
Yeah, I dig it. Seriously, I love it.
So, you
Fuck, I
know,
must be a nerd.
Oh, well. Duh.
so we're glad you're safe. Glad you're with us, and can't
Thank
wait
you.
to play with you at Super Game.
Thank you. And all the support from you guys, I mean, forget about it. Like you with that, I mean, that's epic right there.
Yeah, I mean,
And
huge
this-
shout out to Paul Schreck right here. He's the
Yeah.
one. He came to Dan and I and said, you know what, I got this desert duck. I want to raffle that off for Lasoya. You guys start a raffle. Use this as your starter, and you
This
know,
is so badass.
that's what started it all. And you know, since that, everybody came together. We got guns donated, bags, parts. We got pieces coming in from Canada. We have hats. I mean, there's so incredibly much that we're about to raffle off, and that's just because the paintball community is that tight. We have
It's
each other's backs.
insane.
People ask you why do you play paintball? This is why.
Right.
We're that close.
And honestly, like I had kind of shied away from paintball for a little bit, and you know, I kind of focused on some other things I was doing in my career, you know, with like the concerts and whatnot. And because of the support from you guys and whatnot, I'm all in now. I came back with push. I'm going to all the super games. I want to give back to you guys what you gave to me, so I really appreciate it.
Come shoot Chris Lasoya. He won't shoot back. Hey,
Yeah, hey,
I'll adjust his gun right before he goes out. You got my word.
Ryan ain't got no fucking electro.
hey, for the big DMZ battle, Chris said before the DMZ battle at Super Game, he's gonna run the gauntlet to 2,000 people. So.
I'm down. I'm down. And I guarantee 2,000 people are going to get shot in the process. I might get shot a lot, but trust me, I won't even flinch. I won't even flinch. Trust me.
You got our fridge behind
Cool.
you.
So we're 7 minutes from raffle time. I'm gonna mix up these tickets, and we're all gonna pull tickets. We're gonna have your mom over here.
I got moms here
pull
too.
Tickets.
How many
And,
how many tickets have sold?
It's
What are we up
insane.
to?
It was
I stopped counting.
It was close to 600, around
Awesome.
600. So it's
Nice, man.
pretty freaking awesome.
We're gonna.
Yeah, while I'm mixing that up, I was thinking, you guys, we had fans, you know, ask some questions. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan wrote some on
Let's
the
do it.
back, so I'm gonna have Dan ask you some questions while I mix that up, and also we got some of the gear that
You want it?
No,
that you and Phil brought out. You guys can show off a little. So
Can I ask the first question?
Yes.
What was your favorite private label gun?
The Intimidator. My first Intimidator.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I it's hard to say because, you know, I had the private label, you know, DM. I had the Intimidator.
what was your private
the
label
Angel.
DM?
Oh God, I forgot about
Was
the
it
Angel.
ShockTech?
No, the private label was my own actually at the time. I came up with my own.
I don't
So,
think I've ever seen a picture of that.
well, it's right next to you, bud.
The DM?
Oh, the DM? Oh,
Yeah.
the ST Ripper, the stripper.
Never seen
Yeah, that was a good one. So this jersey right here, this is the actual jersey that I wore playing the very, very first X-Ball game. It was a Nations Cup. It was me, Oliver, God, who else was it? John Richardson, Alex Frazee. There's too many names to remember right now because I'm old. But this is the original jersey. I also have the original flag. And these are two things that I will never sell unless you send me a lot of money. But I sell a lot of jerseys, sell a lot of guns, but I've kept this for a reason because this is the very, very, very first X-Ball game. And Richmond Italia had a vision that he had brought to my attention, and you know, he's like, hey, this game is built for you. And honestly, it's what made my name for me. And it's very aggressive and fun, and it's what we see today. You know, we got the J-Rabs and the Mouses and you know, Dave Baines and all the guys out there. Now, do I think I can still play that game? Probably, but not nearly to the level these guys are. They're specimens. They're in great shape, you know, like you guys are. Not so much myself. That's why mechanical, you know, is so big. So this is very sentimental to me, and you know, it's a big deal, and it's a full circle paintball thing. So, you know, you just gotta just stick with it. If the kids out there, and I say kids, which anything younger than 30 at this point for me, go play a mechanical tournament, and it just because it's fun. It's a blast. You know, you see.
It's bringing it back to the roots. It's so incredibly much fun, especially if you're tired of the repetition that you have in some airball tournaments. These mech events on different fields. I mean, different fields, rec ball fields, huge. 10-on-10. Or
it's a lot more
games.
fun. No stress. A lot more fun.
Okay, so Benji, do you want us to still go through a few of these questions?
Yeah,
go for it, because we got a few minutes.
So here's another question from Kevin. Did we already cover this one? This is his second question. So Chris left Avalanche after 2002 to play with Miami Effect in the newly formed NXL in 03, right? So there's so little information about the early NXL in 03-04 because of their ban on non-TV network cameras. There's almost no footage I could find of the old NXL pre-2005 when they lifted the ban. I remember seeing infamous jerseys with the NXL logo sharpied out. Can you ask Chris why they did that? Was it the same reason they blur out the Miami Effect logo in the film Serial Killers when Chris is wearing that jersey?
So this is what happened. So they created a league with the understanding of like a football league. So if you wanted to trade players, like if I wanted to trade to another team like Philly Americans, it had to be a trade. And unfortunately, the paintball community, we weren't quite to that level yet. You know, they're like, you can trade this and trade that, and they were thinking about money, and the owners were doing this and the owners were doing that. But paintball was still in its infancy, unfortunately. Even though we were 20 years into it at this time, you know, it's hard to tell somebody that you're not paying $50,000 a year. You know, there's a certain amount of us that were getting paid, so we had to do what the heck we're told. But you still got the other people that aren't getting paid. You can't tell those guys, hey, you can't play with those guys. You got to go here. They're gonna be like, whatever, you're not paying me. And so it was a good system. That was a good idea, but it was flawed in the sense that unless you're gonna pay these players, you can't tell them what to do. So what had happened was they had put stipulations on us. We can't play 7-man, and the original Miami Effect was a core of what came infamous. John Richardson, myself, Brandon Lamerson, Travis Lemansky, Brian Fowl, Rusty Glaze, Davey Williamson, amongst others. And we had created this team. We're like, okay, you don't want us to play? Fine, we're out. That's why you saw you guys all seen The Replacements, the movie The Replacements with whatever that guy's name is. Keanu
Reeves.
Thank you, Keanu Reeves. and they replaced the football team. It's the same thing. Miami Effect was still there, but they are all like replacements of the real good guys, which we left and then created Infamous. So it was a core group of guys, and that's what happened. The reason the NXL was knocked out is because it was more of the, hey, kick rocks and give them the finger. Not that I would ever do that, but give them the finger saying, you can't tell us what to do. And then, which then, you know, because of what we did, opened up the league for everybody to play everything. So we actually created a movement we were just made examples of in the process. So
cool. So here's another question from Ron King. He says, Easy Company, Victor, Colorado, highest paintball
Ron
field.
King, King Cobra.
Ron King from Paraplegic Turtles.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Nice, with Dale Price.
Yeah, exactly. And he says, highest paintball field in the U.S., over 10,000 feet. Who started double Z code on Avalanche?
Double Z code. So the double Z code was when you got shot and you had to go wipe off whatever you had to wipe off. I'm pretty sure that I was the one that started that. I'm not sure if I was, but if I wasn't, everybody's gonna say I was anyway, so I'm gonna just take the credit for it. That's funny you actually know that. Double Z code. I at first it was gunned down, but then somehow well, I mean with the Z1 it was down all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean it was a great gun. But yeah, Double Z, I think I might have started that.
Cool. So if there's some more questions, we can get to them. Why don't we do a couple of raffles before we do that?
Let's do it.
All right. So.
Are we gonna get moms in here?
Yeah, let's get mom in here. Here, mom.
Let's do that.
I got a piano.
So I'm gonna have.
Introduce your mom in front of the camera.
Yes, sir. Here, I got a peek.
So I'm gonna have you guys.
I'm gonna sit by
pick.
here.
This is my mom's, by the way.
Push paintball.
There we go. Always working. So I'm gonna have you guys pick and then give me the ticket.
No, I was struggling the whole time.
Because just in case you guys can't read my writing. So the first raffle item, Dan, grab the giant tactical camo jacket. So this is donated by Bear Digidio. Giant tactical. This is a camo jacket in medium, and the lucky winner is. Oh, we got Dennis Watt. There you go, Dennis. PBSL. He runs, I'm doing it. He runs the PBSL league. Dennis. Awesome dude.
Yay.
So you writing these on your list?
You'd have to.
I'm writing it on the back of his ticket.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Write his name.
Want to pull another one?
Let's go.
Here she goes. Another one.
Wait,
what is it for?
Wait. This is for first, because if we don't have it here, we're gonna have Paul bring it up behind us. So next one up is the Brass Monkey Customs. We got two $30 gift certificates. We're gonna do, one raffle entry gets both gift certificates. Dan Gibson.
Let's say Don or Dan?
Dan Gibson. He is I know Dan, he is a autococker fiend out of NorCal. So he got two $30 gift certificates from Brass Monkey Customs. Paul, did you get the logo up behind us? Cool, there you go.
Other gift certificates, break it into, break them up.
Right.
So we have
I already announced it.
Yeah.
So now we got coming up three $25 gift certificates for BacciPaintball.com. We're going to do three winners for this. So one $25 gift certificate apiece.
Oh.
There's
So two. Well, I'm going to put should I put the bottom one back in?
Yeah,
Keep the
bottom
top one.
back in.
Okay, so we have, is this Ben's Martin Saldert?
We got Jens Martin Saldert.
What's up?
Jens Martin Saldert.
Bocce Paintball.
Give me 1 second.
So if you want to buy some rusty pieces for your Nelspa 007, you can go on BacciPaintball.com. If your autococker has a messed up RAM and you want to get another messed up RAM, you can go on BacciPaintball.com. If your the threads on your spider body are stripping, you can find another body with stripped threads on BacciPaintball.com. These are just a few of the items
you
you
can
can
buy. If you want an old shirt that's already got holes and
If you want a Mayhem Master shirt right here, you can get it on BacciPaintball.com. 1992.
Alrighty, we'll do another $25 Bocce Paintball gift certificate.
They're eating French fries.
And
She
Chris,
eats French fries,
you can pop in now and pick.
What's next?
This is another $25 Bocce Paintball gift certificate.
I'll hold it for you.
Okay, brother.
If you want to get a sock hat that has been permanently glued, so it's no longer open all the way through.
You gotta lick your finger.
It doesn't need to be tied. You can find that on BacciPaintball.com. If you want to get 2 left-handed gloves, you can find those on BacciPaintball.com.
Like I said, I hate that I could not enter this raffle.
Yeah, I was.
Chris Lasoya.
Kurt Howe. There you go. Kurt Howe.
Kurt, you can
there you go.
You can get some parts for
paintball certificate.
one of your broken pumps on BacciPaintball.com. I know you have some Sheridans that need probably
extra screws, strip out screws.
Yeah, well, you need some already used O-rings, or maybe you need that lead valve seal that everyone just takes out and throws away.
If you were worried,
BacciPaintball.com.
If you were worried that you didn't have enough rust, I mean,
Yeah.
Dan's got it. There you go.
Definitely.
This is the 3rd Bocce Paintball gift certificate.
Original Nelson.
Yeah, exactly. It's just turned into a pile of
So,
rust.
who do we got? Timothy Doyle.
Oh, Tim Doyle. Tim Doyle.
There you go.
Tim Doyle, GZ. GZ Master Doyle? Tim Doyle.
Doyle?
Is that who
Like fucking Fat Doyle?
Oh, be nice.
So,
Fucking Fat Chris.
So, Paul, you're still pictured in the corner, right?
Fucker.
Yeah.
Tell your story about Tim Doyle right now, real quick.
So I bought a
Oh yeah, this is nuts.
an SFL, Gen 1 SFL
Like Doyle
on
Doyle?
eBay
Yeah.
for $500, which is
I love
a
that
steal.
guy.
What you just found.
Yeah, and then the seller who messaged me had 2 other autocockers for sale, steals, $200 each.
And what were those?
It's not in the
They
raffle.
were an
No,
FLE
it's on the raffle.
Inception and a Evolution X autococker. And I thought something was sketchy about this sale, and
Well, because an SFL
It
goes
was
for
so
like
cheap.
$1,500.
yeah, I bought 3 autocockers for $900, and I found out that they were actually Tim Doyle was the previous owner. So I contacted him and I was like, hey, like, are you selling these guns? Like, what's the deal? And turns out a family member of his stole it from him. And
No.
sold it on eBay. So I immediately, contacted PayPal, tried to get the money back, sent the guns back to Tim. Eventually, I did get the money back, so I refunded Tim, because he paid me to ship it back to him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
he got 3 priceless autocockers that were like his babies back to him.
Yeah, because
And I was sad because,
Yeah, of course.
damn, yeah.
$400 SFL too.
It was
That's
like a
crazy.
$5,000 deal for $900. And then,
Right.
but I felt bad for Tim, so.
Oh, of course.
Because not only did he get his autococker stolen, it was he still plays paintball a lot, so like his new DSR, all the die, team gears that he had, they were all gone.
That's crazy.
But Paul needed that good karma because he was caught cheating the next weekend.
Listen,
No, it was the week- it was the week
exactly.
before, I
Yeah.
think.
He was,
Exactly.
He was caught playing the next weekend.
You young guys
Listen.
cheat?
First of all, you hear the name Marty Fish. Who knows the name Marty Fish? Okay, you know why? Because Marty Fish was the first person to really get caught cheating and cut from the Ironman in Pittsburgh. He got shot in the goggles and in front of everybody, wiped it off, and so he kept playing. He was and Bob Long is like, "Oh, you're cut." Like nobody ever cheats, but I'll tell you right now, I will cheat you. You better shoot me right here because that's
He'll
a good
still
shot.
cheat you.
No, that's a maybe. Depends on how wet my fingers are.
That's exactly what I did.
Hey, he goes like this. He goes, whoop, whoop, whoop.
No, the best part was when Travis Lemansky made the little like windshield wiper on the thumb thing. That was ingenious. I was like, oh my god, this thing works amazing. I'd shoot myself in the face just to check it out. There you go.
Yeah, some people can pull it off. I've seen, I forget what video it was from, but a guy gets shot diving into snake.
And wipes his hopper.
And no,
Alex.
he
That was
gets
Alex,
gogged.
yeah.
He gets gogged
Oh.
on the way, and it's gone, just in that dive. So
God bless him.
it. And
I saw the one with Alex though. That was a good one.
Clean.
That was
Good.
pumped.
He shoots out 3 people afterwards.
So Chris is gonna pull an entry right now, or
Yeah,
for raffle right now. We have 2 different winners here for a Lapco gift bag. You got a $50 Lapco gift certificate, along with a shirt and a. There's some other goodies.
Yeah, there's a barrel bag, some stickers.
And these were donated by the Muddy Waters boys.
So first winner.
There you go. The first winner is Steve Reed.
Sorry, I got you next. Mom, get
Steve Reed.
You take it. You do it.
You hit it. Give it to him. Mom, get in the game.
I'm covering the code. There's like a code, like a.
All right,
we
Lapco
got
gift bag number 2.
Jeffrey Wilkinson.
Jeffrey Wilkinson, there you go.
Pass it down.
Let me write that down.
Jeffrey Wilkinson, you won a Lapco gift bag from the Muddy Water Boys.
The next winner. Before we do that, let's answer one more question. You had Ed Poorman said Chris loved winning, and I remember hearing him ask everyone after he did it, "Who's your daddy?" So when did you start that?
I never really said that. That was more Ed, you know, because if I say it too loud, my phone goes off on Father's Day. So I try to keep it simple. I turn my phone off on Father's Day. I'm not your daddy. Actually, it was Jerry. What's Jerry's name? Mancow. Jerry Mancow and Ed, I think, were the first 2 to really say that. I think I said it, but it just came out awkward because I know that
Doesn't
I
sound
pull
like
out.
something you'd say.
So let's be realistic about this. Sorry, Mom.
All right, yeah. So
that was awkward. You guys don't have to be silent. It's okay. Chime in anytime now, guys.
You got your mom into the rated R.
You got it covered.
Hey, my mom is.
There were a lot of girls around.
My
that's
mom
all
is
I know.
gangster. Gangster.
He would call and say, "Mom, will you please talk to her?" I'm like, "No, I'm not."
I'm like, "Can you help me out with this one, Mom?"
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. You're on your own.
Hey guys, so for all of the raffle prizes
so
we have
true.
in-house, we're going to be shipping them out. For any raffle prizes that we don't have, the raffle donator is going to ship them to you directly. So we'll get your address and we'll link you guys. So the next prize right now is a SPEW, that's the Spring Pump Event West entry with the t-shirt. That is the best pump event in the United States. That's happening in Bakersfield, March 24th through 25th.
Bakersfield. Coming up soon.
Bakersfield.
God, that's
at
far.
Paso Creek Paintball.
Far as fuck.
Let's see if this person's in California. Anthony D'Ambrosio. There you go. Hopefully
He's from Italy.
Boston. Sorry.
Come down to
Hey, come on down! You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
All right,
Well,
so
if
Anthony,
you're not in Cali, you know, we'll find someone to buy it.
he can fly out and Tim will drive him down and he'll arrive right on time.
All right, so
Or
now
on
we
Sunday
have
night.
2 more prizes donated by Meta Threads. We have 2 snapbacks. So the first snapback, we'll do this one. Let's get it a winner.
So this is from Meta
Oh,
Threads.
look at this
Paul,
again,
can you tell us
really?
a
There
little
you
bit about
go,
Meta Threads?
Steve Ree, winner number 2.
Wow, you won 2 already.
Hey, that's what you get for paying $100.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just
Paul,
saying.
give us a little bit of information about Meta Threads.
So
Because
Meta
I don't know a
Threads
lot
was
about them.
started by HK Army.
Meta,
Steve
Meta,
Bobby.
oh, Meta, yeah.
They're an esports company. They're they're an esports company and they make apparel and
They're doing video stuff, right? Video games?
I might maybe do video stuff with them in the future.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll see.
Cool. Actually, you know, I kind of keep tabs on those guys. Steve Nobby's a good friend of mine. You know, Mark, of course, HK.
Oh, Mark, you
Crescent.
didn't show up, fucker. He was supposed to be in one of these
He
seats.
said he's very sorry for not being able to show up today.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
he could have called and said that.
All right. Hey, as for that SPEW entry, we already have a buyer here for that entry. So if you can't go, there you go.
yeah, check it out on the website. If you can't make it, which you probably can't, you know, hook him up. We'll take care of it.
Cool.
Hey, and Mark already said he's going to the tank, so we're going to get some extra tosses at Mark.
Vegas.
Meta Threads hat number 2. Who do we got?
Oh, Jesus Christ, really?
Again?
Anthony D'Ambrosio. There you go.
Are you serious?
Mix those tickets
Hey,
up.
listen, I'm not a magician.
Again, but
Listen, Mom, you should do this. Let Mom do this.
100 or
Yeah,
couple
they
hundred
put in
in.
a lot of money.
And
Yeah,
not only that,
he
but,
did.
Boston put in prizes as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Have a JT retro mask coming up from them.
All right, I'm not picking any more names.
Any color. Yeah, let's, I mean, you guys
Look
can
at Phil,
check
he
it
just
around
has like a
even
blank
more.
stare right there. He wants to pick some.
No, I was
Wait,
trying to read
let's
that.
figure out what we got next, though. Okay, so next up, grab the Allen keys and the barrel condom, Dan. Please.
My ass got up at 2 this morning,
And then,
1:30.
you know what,
Oh,
grab
1:30.
the PTW headbands.
Yeah.
So we're just going, what about this?
Those 2 are ones, and then grab the other headband
Did you take pictures?
with it, and then the Allen keys.
We have the War Boys.
Dan, there should be one more in the Allen keys.
We have the Allen keys right here.
There's one more additional headband.
And then
Kind of cool.
Allen keys first.
Can you find it? Should be there. All right, so the next
it's over there. Hey, Paul, hand me that.
with the HK swab. Cool. So the
There's
next
another-
winner
there's
is
3
getting a set of Bondis Allen wrenches, which are very high-grade Allen wrenches, along with an HK barrel condom. So the Allen wrenches were donated by Jimmy from the War Boys here in Cali, and then we have a bunch of HK accessories that are going with various things from the HK guys. So we got these two for the current winner. Paul, do you mind grabbing these?
There's 3 named
So
Jonathan.
we got.
So just one? I mean, you want 3?
No. Well, let's do one by one so I can write them down. Jonathan Burton Williams gets the Allen keys and the barrel condom.
Gucci barrel condom.
Gucci.
I think that was with the boys.
Yeah, they're on.
All right. Next up, we have
that was a little small.
a headband from PTW. That's Paint the World. They are a group that raises money and gets markers and gives them to disadvantaged youth.
You gotta
and
lick it.
lets them play paintball.
No, I just flipped around.
So it's a really solid group. Look them up. Help them out if you get a chance. So we have this. I'll call it the space headband, along with another HK barrel condom with the Pepe the Frog. Feels good, man. Feels good. We got John. I'm gonna say Joba. I don't know how to pronounce that, but we got it. So Dan, grab these. Put it back. Thank you. So space headband.
So we'll do these next.
Yep.
I got one more here.
Okay, we'll do yours next.
Yeah.
Here, you pick.
All right. So next up we have another Paint the World.
It's hard, right?
Yeah.
Gotta lick your
Headband.
finger.
All right, it's going to.
Got a cool design along with a. We got. Some Ninja Turtles barrel condom from HK. There you go.
This is going to Matthew Ledrick.
Yeah.
Take a look at that. See how we're.
It's Matthew Ledurk. It's French because of how he spells Matthew, I'm assuming.
Matthew.
So,
Oh, MIT.
Matthew.
I put that in there actually. I remember that guy.
All right. Well,
I was
there
like, oh,
you
he's
go.
French.
So he got the second Paint the World #2. And Dan has the third set.
Look at all those. I never noticed that. On the ceiling.
That was for me.
All the cue marks?
Yeah.
All right, so Dan has in his hand the third Paint the World headband along with
You
an
pick one.
HK swab. Andrew Holt. There you go. And we'll see, Andrew Holt put a good chunk of money in there, so let's see if he wins anything else.
You want to go?
And before we jump on to the next, we are going to get another question out of the way. So, Dan, you want to,
Give me a beer.
well, let's see what we got.
That's fine.
I think so. Yeah. All right. So.
Okay, so we had a question about the jersey that LB donated. I don't know if you saw the
Yeah, I
picture
saw
of
the
it.
picture. That's OG
Okay,
right there.
so Mark Leo asked, is that the jersey from Phoenix when they won?
No, I don't think it was.
No. Well, what can you tell us about that jersey?
I'm trying to remember what picture it was actually.
Was that the aftershock?
No, that was mine.
We're talking about LB's.
No, LB's was. I'm trying to think which one it was. It wasn't from that tournament though. I know that. Oh my God, is that my stripper headband? Where did that come from?
I think Benji found it.
Sorry, I just saw that.
Somebody's gonna be winning that.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, so I don't know what you guys want to do about the spew entry. Anthony says if he won an entry, if so, pull again.
Oh.
So, are we tossing that back
Well,
in?
let's put his back in, and then we'll pull another name for that one.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
That's
idea.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Thanks, Mom.
All right, let me
Bear
make
assistant.
sure I grab the
Love you.
right one. Thanks, Anthony.
No, that's great.
He
We'll
went to
find
do it.
some right for you regardless. Okay, so I'm going
Yeah, he
to
went
cross
to do
that
it.
out.
You go,
toss
here's
it
the
in.
t-shirt.
Oh, you want to sit over here?
I love you, bro.
You want to sit over here?
Okay, so
So is Anthony right? Go back in.
Yeah, that's
so we'll
Anthony.
pull another name.
yeah, so we're going to pull that spew pump event entry again. If anybody wins it, that's out of California. We have a buyer for it, so you're hooked up either way. See what we got. Colin Doby. There you go. Spew
What
entry.
the fuck are those? It's a barrel.
12 grams.
Oh, that's I did see
down.
that. So you put tubes in it. Oh, 12 grams or?
Yeah, you see.
No shit.
Yeah, revolver.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
fucking rad.
Orbit revolver.
This
Take
is
one
rad.
out. So we're gonna take a look at the Orbit revolver right now.
I just saw
Ovid.
that. I just
The
saw
Ovid.
this. I just saw this. This is pretty rad.
Yeah, we have a couple 3D printed items here today.
This is really cool.
Next up,
That's
Paul,
really
do you bring up the jersey behind us?
Which jerseys are the start?
Bring up the 2 jerseys from Wrong Tips, the JT jersey and the Revolvers jersey.
Oh, that's why there's a green screen.
Oh,
Okay,
yep.
now I get it. Sorry, it took me a second. You guys are on.
JT into diamond?
Yeah.
You didn't know there's a green screen behind you this whole time?
Okay, so next up we got 2 jerseys, but
can't hear you.
2 winners.
Yeah.
The first one is a Ron Phipps JT, that's a JT Paintball Gateway jersey from around, what did Kevin say, 03?
I don't know. Do we have that on here?
Yeah, I seen on when he gave him.
David Adhu.
Yes.
Ooh, there you go.
There you go, David.
Boy.
Oh, the house! Pick a what? Oh, look at the green screen. I'm so excited right
I
now.
didn't think you were white, but after that I think you might be.
The simplest things.
I don't look that bad. I look pretty good.
You're slim.
But-
You're
yeah.
svelte.
No,
Hey,
I'm just trying to hide it.
look below you.
Hey, Phil, you down there?
Alright, next up we have a Tokyo Revolvers jersey, also donated by Ron Phipps.
I got a funny story about a Japanese team.
Is this?
Well, you could come over here. You could sit down and you could tell us.
No.
Well, you're not going to shut up.
No,
the room.
I know.
Shot that down.
B Young and I talked about this today. How we got beat by him, and I got shot by a girl.
He got shot in the nads
Winner.
by a girl from the Far East Dragon.
And she
Dennis again.
she was
Dennis
hot, and she
Nice.
could. I would let her do it
Damn.
again. She was hot.
We actually had a request for did you ever wear a cup when you were playing?
Absolutely not. They're not that big.
Okay, well, we had a request for a signed cup. So
I could do that.
From a girl
no.
or a guy? From a guy?
Definitely from a dude. Yeah.
Wow.
That was Mitch Gaynor.
I don't.
Oh, Mitch Gaynor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, Chris knows him. That's why he wants it, I guess.
Mitch and I go way back.
And he said he's not interested in it at all unless it's got that stank.
No, hey, no problem.
Super games.
No. I'll wear one all super game, and I'll sign it.
Okay,
$1,000.
All
Paul, the
frothy.
critical pack. Okay, up now are we got 3 harnesses from Critical Paintball. They're V3 stealth packs. I believe they're in pink. Very, very high-end packs. Extremely comfortable to wear.
Convertible.
I
I can say it's a convertible.
Words on no worky. So we got 3 of them. Let's see who won the first one. Shake it up. Shake.
Did you bring mine?
Yeah, I got it in the car.
It's in the car. We actually just picked up Critical Paintball as a sponsor for this live stream. So shout out.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, let's shout out all the
Yes,
sponsors
come
now.
on.
Critical
Yeah,
Paintball,
yay.
Ambush Paintball, Giant Paintball, Giant Tactical.
Hollywood Sports Car.
SC
Village.
SC Village.
Ask her which one's going
Look who
Look
won
it up.
that.
Okay, so this
Pride of block.
was one of the critical packs, Lance Nonaka.
Yeah.
Lance
White.
Nonaka.
White.
Yeah.
Way to go, Lance.
That's kind of a cool last name. No, Naka.
So Lance played with a lot of pump teams.
See what I'm
Damn,
taking home?
most of my teams. Oh, I got
Your
2.
breath hasn't changed.
So here's the top one.
That's rude.
You ready for it?
Ready for it. Number 2 critical pack. Who's got it?
This is Jerry from VO Design. Jerry, what's
Jerry
Jerry's last name?
Vamaka.
Vamaka, yeah.
Vamachuk?
Vamadia.
Maka.
Take a look
Vamadia.
at it.
None of
Just
you
make
guys
sure
get-
it's the same
Well,
Jerry.
his
'cause
his
I can't-
handwriting is
Yeah, I can't read
extremely
that
fucking
handwriting.
terrible.
That's why I said let me read it.
Seriously,
Yeah. It's Jerry, though.
his handwriting's terrible.
Jerry.
Jerry.
You know what? I hand wrote all of them.
No kidding,
like
we didn't-
last night.
I'm
My
sure
hand's still
they
look
started
cramped.
out.
Oh, is that what you
I've
said
seen-
I
that?
haven't been able to touch myself since.
I saw some early
Well,
ones.
hey, Fred,
Your
it's like
handwriting's
strange
great.
now. Got some strange stuff?
It's like sitting on your hands before doing it. All right.
God.
And I think
Na na na.
because he told me how to pronounce
What
it,
I
and I know
gotta
I
deal with.
butchered it. Sorry, Jerry.
Well, you won, Jerry, so it doesn't matter.
You won. Stop grilling me.
Okay, next, please.
Number 3 critical pack.
Number 3.
Critical pack.
Who's got it? That was
David Adhu.
No way, David.
David
Yeah.
Adhu.
Got it
He won
There
again?
you go.
Dude, I gotta stop picking things because I keep on picking the same thing.
I mean, if they bought a lot of tickets, they're going to
And they did. See, that's what you get for buying $10 worth of
Yeah.
tickets.
I have 5
Yeah,
tickets in here for
These are
my
bad.
son.
Hey, these are badass.
Forgot what those are
Oh,
supposed to
my
go.
name's drawn.
What do you think Marty Bush would say about those?
You know what?
I watched the video
One
today
of
with him.
those is gonna go with the strap, but the other one.
Okay, am I pulling?
On this end.
Do they?
Yeah.
These are dope, man.
Yeah.
This HK stuff?
Yeah.
This is the
HK
HK
stuff. So
blade.
I'm gonna
Nice.
combo
It's pretty
those.
impressive.
I'm gonna combo those with the
Got it.
this strap over here. Paul, the next one you should bring out is actually we got the tri-loaders over here.
So if Mark from HK
My
was
bathroom's
here,
dirty,
he
but
could
you
tell
can
us a little bit
Bam.
more about
Are you
HK
doing-
blade,
Hold your
but
horses.
he's not.
Well,
So
you already
Dude, what's up?
What's this for?
Hold that.
That's for that. Who won that?
Ovid?
Really?
Okay,
What the
so
hell is this?
here we got
Condom?
5 Ovid loaders.
I'll put it
What's
inside.
this one?
I'll put it inside.
These are
Just hand it
3D
around to him.
Is that a
printed.
condom?
They're
Just
called
your
tri-loaders,
choice?
but Ovid tri-loaders. They're 3D printed stock class loaders. Takes 3 tubes there, and you turn it once you're
Not gonna
done with the
use
tube. Very cool little piece of equipment.
Hey, will Sonny Palmineri let us use these?
All right. Yeah, probably. So the first one, this is
You're
going to
gonna,
be
yeah, laugh. It's
for
okay.
the, I'm so called, red
Yeah.
Ovid. There you go. Is Timothy Doyle.
Put it in the back.
Tim Doyle.
Benji,
Again.
on
Seriously.
that one, just put it in the back
What do you mean?
with the loader.
These things are cool,
I'm gonna
actually.
go through
These things are pretty cool, actually. I'm not gonna lie. They're pretty
Okay,
cool.
Second
don't
Ovid
play
loader.
straw.
This is going to be, what color is this?
Blue.
Blue. Thank you. Patrick Brown up in Canada.
Oh, that's
Does
right.
that look like Patrick to you?
Yeah, Patrick
It's
Brown.
Patrick.
That looks like a V with an N next
It's
to
Patrick Brown.
Hey,
Doo-doo Brown!
next
Doo-doo
time-
Brown!
Son, you fill out the 600.
Doo-doo Brown!
I was waiting for
it.
someone to do
Computer.
that.
Who's this?
Purple.
That's his.
Purple
Purple
one.
Nurple.
Jeffrey Williamson.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey!
Jeffrey Williamson.
I'm on Jeffrey.
Wilkinson.
You got a purple one.
Wilkinson.
I'm on Jeffrey.
He already won something already.
That's Wilkinson?
Really?
Looks like Williamson.
So it seems like for this raffle, it's paid off to buy multiple tickets.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not big into
And
tickets
that's
anymore.
for which one?
Yeah, these aren't mixed
Purple.
up. This is
Huh?
the same.
No, I tried to mix them up.
You did mix them up?
Jack Wada says
I-
that
I-
Lance will be here to
Hold
pick
on.
up his prize on
Put it on
April
the
28th for the SoCal Stock Game.
Yeah, they won Patrick Brown one, right?
Oh, Sonny lets us use them.
Okay, we got 2 more Ovid loaders. One in
Yellow,
a color.
yellow and green.
I don't know colors.
Yellow and green. He knows he knows green. Trust
I
me.
didn't know I
He's
was a
Jewish.
ginger until I
He knows
learned
he's Jewish. He knows green. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah. Okay, yellow. Ovid tri-loader. Who wins it?
1 second, please, sir.
Jack Wada!
Wada!
Jack!
Jack!
Gonna use it. And now that Jack has one, Sonny, you gotta let us use them.
Yep.
Jack Wada.
Simple Jack.
Simple Jack!
Simple Jack.
Please give me something to win!
I'm done making stock plastic. Never again. And the last tri-loader. Who gets it?
It's green.
Green. Thank you. Hey, I know the color green.
Frederick.
I am Jewish.
Frederick Stoll?
Stedel.
No, that's
Stedel.
Fred Stoltz.
Oh,
There you
man.
go, aka Bo on MCB.
Yeah.
Bo,
There you go.
FCB, chicken.
That would be the green.
Yeah. For sure. I tried.
Tri-loader.
Feel like this.
Very cool.
It's hard to stick together.
Okay.
Danielson.
Next up,
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Okay, next
What's
up we have a Lapco type stick from Pump
All right.
TV in Hawaii.
So this will be shipped directly from Paul Kuramoto, and that's
Sounds like it's far.
pumptv.com
Right, and you get to pick any type stick that they have on the site.
Nice.
in stock,
In
not
stock.
on the site.
In stock.
I believe.
A tight stick,
So-
is that?
It's a Lapco. It's a Lapco barrel made specifically for Paul. It has ribbing that looks similar to the early sniper barrels, the Thompson barrels.
Hey,
The snipers.
now this is getting way too funny.
Yeah,
A big stick with ribbing?
tight stick. It's a
Tight stick with ribbing.
But you can get 14 inches with ribbing. If that's what you
Wow.
want.
You're into that.
It's for pleasure.
I think that's why Chris just left. I got a little excited.
No, he had
He got
to.
excited.
He had to run the little boys' room. A
Yeah.
little bit of.
Exactly.
Alright,
So,
Ready?
what about this ticket right here?
This one?
Yeah. Oh, I thought maybe that was the
Come
one.
on, dig in there.
Oh, I'm trying to
Paul
get
says all styles are in stock. So there we go.
There you go.
Any styles available.
Cool.
I think there's a 681 and a 684, but you can go on
You got
PBDnA.com
And I'm trying to pull them all
to
apart.
check it out, and you can pick from there.
I'm getting on each one.
Do
and I
you
can
want a
rip
bowl
it.
or something instead of a bag?
No, because the bag, they won't overflow. Here's one. Boom.
Patrick Beeben.
Baben. B-E-B-E-N. There you go. Lapco
That
type
sounds
stick.
like Beeben to me.
Alright.
Find a Chris Hank in there.
Yeah.
We need to hook
We
Chris
definitely
up.
got some
We
tickets
need
in
to
there.
find a Chris Hank in there.
Hey, the prizes are only getting bigger as we go along.
So Chris,
Yep.
don't cry. Don't cry that you haven't won yet, because it's not over.
Hey, you got some spillage over there.
No, I'm not. As long as they're not going on the ground, we're good. I'm trying to go and get every ticket.
Because your hat's not backwards.
So
Oh,
there we go.
That's what it
Look
was.
at that.
next up from Boston Paintball is one of those new JT Retro masks in any color that they have. In
That's a nice prize.
It is a very nice prize.
Well, everything is a nice prize, but I wanted
You know what? You know,
Here it comes.
go ahead.
You dropped one too.
I got it.
So that was the C.
Oh yeah.
No name, not a ticket.
Hold on. This guy won.
There might have been 2 blanks in there just from that last page because I just shoved them all in.
Maybe Chris
Go
Hayes
ahead.
up right now.
Nope. Who's got it? Ron Phipps.
Ron Phipps. He won his own jerseys.
Yeah, he traded his jersey for a what price are we on right now?
JT Retro mask.
There we go. JT Retro mask from Boston Paintball.
Oh, and you know what? That also came with a bunch of Boston Paintball swag.
Ooh, swag.
Swag for
So there you
Phipps.
go.
Nice.
Next
Sounds like you
up,
need it. You
then
drop
can you
one.
grab the Lasoya tank strap, the swab, and the IDs.
Okay, this is all one?
Nope, all different. So the
All
first
different.
up is going to be the tank.
Okay.
This was personally shot by that man, or used by that man, and I personally put that shit under. He dumped his shit off my house one day when he knew he was gonna move for 6 months. I kept, dude, we gotta get that. Dude, we gotta get that. His very fucking last day, we cram all that shit in the back of my truck. It sits on the side of my house for another 6 months. I thought, dude, we get the shit out of there. Who comes to the rescue?
Benji.
All
day.
I pulled out 30 fucking tanks.
Wow.
Oh, it was like 6.
Chris.
No, I had 30 altogether.
Oh yeah, I did. All right, so this is a Gorilla Air 6845. It's dated 15, so good until
20.
April 2020. Still good, and it's got a little laminated Lasoya photo that's signed on the side of it. So who wins it? Who got it?
Lewis, L-U-S?
Louis Espinoza.
Espinoza.
Oh, I think he'll be at PDSL this weekend, so maybe you can even drop it off to you.
I gotta get a close with this.
Dude, seriously?
Yeah. tell me how the spirit looks good. Can you see it?
All right, so this.
Hand it to Paul to hold down because it won't be in focus there.
Lewis, you got the tank. Next up is going to be one of the Lasoya IDs. What year is that ID and for what league?
This one is a PSP 11.
PSP 2.
He looks drunk as hell. Look at that.
So this is a.
I never drank at
So
tournaments.
this is a PSP 2011 ID, and unfortunately it's kind of worn off, but you can see it says LA Infamous. So one of his infamous IDs right here. Jeremy Ewell. Y-U-I-L-L.
No, Jeremy Yule? Really? Let me see that.
That's it.
Yeah, it's really. So, okay, here's the story. So, Jeremy Yule, he's a really, really, really good friend of mine's son. Barry Yule, and I used to play together back in Colorado. Back in the old days, man. We're talking 93, 94. So, Barry and his wife have a spot out in, I think it's Atlanta.
Hey, quit rustling the bag as hard.
It's not the bag he's wrestling. It's not the bag he's wrestling.
There's a hole in that bag.
So, paper boy,
Right, maybe we need to
put
put
your
the
hand in
hat
your
on the head
pocket.
No, I
Anyway, so Jeremy,
get the thing
hey,
from being
shout out to Jeremy because Jeremy, I've known him since he was born. Actually, I actually did a clinic with the kid. We played. He has grown up to be quite the man. So, shout out to Jeremy. You're a good kid, man. I love you. I love your family. Everything's great.
There's a lot.
You got the ID in the pocket over there. Okay, we got one more ID here.
Millennium 2009.
This is a
Really?
2009 Oslo Menace.
Where did this go from?
I thought that was Millennium with the
Hey
L.
man, that's
That
my
was in
driver's
your
license.
bag.
I was like, here's my DL.
Hey, that's counterfeit.
Where'd you find this stuff at?
In the rain. In that bag.
In the bag, all covered in mold.
Yeah.
Dude, I smelled for like a week cleaning out some of that stuff. Your old socks I'm pulling out, like.
Hey, those things will sell, bro.
Actually, Paul-
Those will sell.
Paul was there as I was pulling.
Those will sell. I'm telling you.
Dude, I bought like so many stuff. in those bags.
Exactly. If you can clone me,
When did they come up with these?
that's Leaf did that.
Joseph McNear.
Leaf did that.
Joseph.
Those are dope.
Yep, you got the
Leaf
Lasoya
Garrison
Alvo
with,
Menace ID.
What's Leaf
Martin
what?
Garrison.
Go
Huh?
wrestle the back. He's got a good facial
Stop,
expression
dude.
on that ID.
I'm actually getting through this. We're almost done.
That is just awkward to me.
Shut up, man.
I'm sorry.
There's 600 tickets in this thing, and they're all
stuck together.
Yeah.
Now why? Why is that exactly?
I separated them all.
Why are they stuck together
Because
exactly?
Benji, late last night, he was explaining it, but he didn't get to the point.
You know
I mean, he didn't finish.
Obviously, you're getting to the
He
point.
didn't finish.
I had things to do.
Finish.
Here's the next one.
I had things to do.
Here, that's the next one.
The next one, this is a Lasoya JT strap along with an 8K swab. You want to show that off? So look at the Lasoya. It's a stripper.
Actually, this is from Leaf from Leaf made these. Or no, it was Leaf, I think.
Well, I mean, it says KM on the back. So.
Oh, Cam Graphics.
There
Yeah.
you go. So from KM, hey, Patrick Brown.
Patrick Brown got the ST Ripper.
And actually, Patrick Brown.
There's only like 20 of those made.
You got the picture of the pod pack, right?
Very subtle. So.
Are there really only 20 of those made?
Yeah.
Those
seriously,
headbands?
I don't know where they came from. I don't know how you got that one.
I mean, that
No, I
was
was gonna
that
say
was in the box also.
this one.
That's crazy.
You get that white sticky shit on there.
No, he rubbed it in.
Oh, what are we winning?
I rubbed them out.
Give me 1 second.
Hold on, we didn't have a prize
So,
yet.
Chris, there was that red one and there was a black one, but the black one, you know, was sold along with a lot of the other stuff to
Right.
Steven Santos-Solo, so he's got one of them.
Yeah, they're very limited. Those are very
Well,
limited.
I didn't know they were as limited. I thought it was like a widely released thing.
No,
I
no.
probably would have kept one.
No, we made very limited amount of those.
Did you even get one?
Damn it!
So,
I don't even have
you
one.
have the that pod pack, the 2-pod camo 50-round pack that I.
Yeah, it's so
Is that what he wants? Is that what he wants?
Okay, so we don't have a picture of it right now, but actually Patrick Brown, who won the last thing, he donated a camo 50 pod pack, and he's going to ship that from
50?
Canada. 50 round pod pack.
Oh, okay.
So for the 50 round, there you go.
Oh, okay. I see what you're
Then
saying.
you can turn
Sorry.
that around and show them. Let's see if they can see
Yeah,
it.
let's see if I can
So he's
go,
going to ship that directly
I
to
don't
you,
know how to
and
go
that was
full
won
screen
by
on this,
Dan McCaskill. There you go.
Yay, Dan.
Not very clear, but there we go. So is this a Paintball Mafia pack?
I'm not totally sure.
Oh.
Patrick, you can let us know.
And bring it
Yeah.
up right now.
Patrick is watching right now, so he can tell us, remind us what kind of pack that was, and I will let you know. Hey, Jeremy says he wants that ID signed.
No problem.
There you go.
Of course I will, Jay. For you, anything, my friend. For you.
Cool.
He's a good kid. He's a good paintball player too.
So next up, Paul, bring up the spires. We're getting the big stuff. Although I think everything that's been raffled so far is pretty awesome. I want it all.
Spires.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it up
ready?
behind us? Here we go. So up for raffle now is a blue steel Spire IR from Adrenaline Paintball in Del Rio, Texas. And guess who won it? Dennis Watt.
What?
Wow.
What?
Dennis.
What?
That's 3. Jeez,
He won what? He won 3?
3 so far.
3, yeah.
How much? He better put a lot more money in.
I think he did.
20, 20, 20.
I think he put 100.
I think he's 100 for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's 3 out of 10 entries in there.
Dude.
He's got 7 more to win.
Forget about it.
Jeez Louise.
Dennis is a good guy. He gets good comments.
Yeah, I mean, he's been running, I don't know if you've heard of the PBSL League.
I've heard of it, yes.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, it's a 6-on-6 pump league, and you don't know who your team is. You toss your name in a hat, and they pick the team
That would be
before
fun.
the event, right?
That would be fun
So,
for sure.
I mean, it's dynamic. There's almost never a team that's just like so much better than everybody else. You've got novices on your team, you've got experts, and actually Dan and I are playing a 10-man PBSL tournament tomorrow, which is going to be at Ambush Paintball, and that's 10-on-10, 7 pumps, 3 mechs, and then so that already is fun. But the craziest thing is they're going to have a 20-on-20 at the end of the tournament, where each team tosses in 2 players. They're going to go 20-on-20. You're not going to have guns. He's going to place random pieces of guns, loaders, maybe some balls here, maybe a frame there, and you're going to have to run around with your team looking for pieces of guns and ammo, and then all of a sudden, he's going to start the game.
I'm going to run around, grab parts, and list them on my website. So, as long as they're in mud puddles,
Watch
which I
out,
think
you're
they'll
going to
probably
lose
will be.
some, Paul. You're going to lose some.
It's okay,
So,
it's okay.
Somebody take that bag
yeah.
from him.
So you can hold it. So he's gonna start the game, and then
Watch
you
out, you might drink
You gotta invite me to get. I want to play in that. That sounds like fun.
Are you gonna be around tomorrow? We can
No.
get you on a team.
No.
We'll get you on a
And in the future.
And somehow you
You
just
got it.
happen to
But
jump
not
on
only
the
does he
boxing
start it
thing.
when you may not be ready, but then every few minutes he shrinks the field.
He's a
and gets
novice.
closer and
That
closer.
sounds like a lot of fun.
Well,
Yeah.
shave the beard, you're
Okay.
a novice.
Actually, I'm thinking I'm D4 right now. I think.
Next up, we have 2 more 3D printed loaders. These are ones I made thanks to the help of Jeff. This is a Jeff box.
That's
It's
a nice little loader.
35
sick, man.
round 3D printed. It's
Super sick, man.
also fed by 10 round in the back, and yeah, it's a 2-piece loader.
That's sick, man.
Yeah, we're coming out with different sizes, colors, materials.
That one's
so-
black, by the way.
Yeah, this is black. I know that. I
That's-
had about
Yeah,
two.
and
Do we have something good?
And
NASCAR.
there's 2 of these. So
Like a
this is
bigger
number
bowl?
1. The winner is Stephen Newcomb.
Give me that bag.
Well, I feel like-
Listen.
Holy shit.
well, there's
All
like,
right.
like thick bricks.
Oh, don't do this and talk about that.
Hey, Paul, you got a ticket on the floor. Pick
Okay.
that up.
Did it go?
That's the winner.
It's probably
Okay.
another. It's
Yeah,
probably another
hey,
Does it
blank
say
one.
Chris Hank on it?
Probably another blank
That's the
one,
winner.
Benji.
That's got to be the winner. It fell
Okay,
out.
that's fine.
I'm
And
down with
I
that.
won. Adam Howard, you got
Nice.
the second Jeff box.
Thank you.
Somebody find a Chris Hank in there, or I'll never hear the end of it.
Start
All right.
funneling the bag.
So what's up next?
I think we're good.
Yeah,
we
we're
got,
good too, bro.
All right, we got
We're
stuff
definitely
for
good.
Push Paintball now.
You know what I mean?
What we got?
Push Paintball. Well, you tell us.
So-
Chris, that's number 1.
So what we got right now, this is actually the Push Paintball gun bag.
No.
I'll take it out of the thing for you. Thank you, Brian Benini, for all the support and everything. This is a gun bag. Has the Velcro on
That's
it.
badass.
These gun bags are super, super sick. You open them up. They have a magnetic platform inside here. So when you take your screws out of your gun, they stick to your thing instead of losing them in the ground.
They stick to your thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
See what I started?
Yeah, that's it, right? Lots of room for barrels. This gun bag is actually not just good for paintball. If you're a gun enthusiast
Oh, that would be me.
and you go to LAX,
That would be me.
You might need about 40 of them.
yeah.
I think I need more than 40,
But this gun is multi-purpose. It's super sick. So thank you, Brian Benini, and Push Paintball. I mean, not that I'm affiliated with it at all, but my mom already told us Push Paintball. Push.
All right, so who won it? Who got the Push
All
gun
right,
bag?
here's who it is. It's going to
Just one.
this one right here.
William Von Vidstorm.
That took me like an hour to write, by the way. Next time, just subsidize. Make it smaller.
Hey, let me
put a
tell you,
code name.
anybody who, like, I was going down the list and I saw quantities, how many tickets purchased, and I was like, please don't be a long name. Please don't be a long name.
The writer's cramp.
He's like, you got carpal tunnel for writing your name, William.
So, William Von Vishoom, which is, I mean, you won the name raffle also. That's a bad You can go to Transylvania.
Does that
and,
fit on the
get
back of a
accepted.
jersey?
Exactly.
All right, Chris Hank. I'm digging in deep.
Dig it deep.
You know that Chris doesn't get tickets pulled unless it's like guns on the line. So.
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
I'm just pulling, but
Wait.
Weird.
Hey, what do we?
Hold on a
raffle?
second.
Give me one of those.
What do we raffle?
Well,
All right.
ask
You
him what
want
he
to do the
read.
mask or the bag? What do we do?
Let's do this bag
look at
first.
This
Bag
bag right
first.
here. Wow, this is a cool backpack.
That's
Okay, so
Dude, I want one of those so bad.
gosh, I would've
My
checked this out.
JT bag finally just ate.
This
crap
actually
out of my
isn't making
flows
me
now,
do it
real
raffle.
Dude, hey, it was alright. 7 years it lasted to my beating it up. But now I have
I'm not gonna
no
say it.
bags.
That's probably like
Hey,
a $200
hey, sir.
bag.
So
You want to
you're gonna have
describe your
get
product?
The,
Can you shut up? Would you describe your product?
you're gonna
Okay,
have
so-
to get the deal.
You put this on under your jersey. It sits together.
So here's the deal with this one.
That bag
It
is
works. It works as a duffel bag, if you want, or you put the straps in the back. As you can see, it's a backpack. It also can hang. It hangs from the top of anything inside. Plus, you have the magnetic strip right here. Still, guns go in here, or you can use it as a backpack. And on the side here, this is your laptop holder. If you want to take it in the airport, put your laptop in here. This is the best bag in the market without question. I mean, I have like 3 of these, but my mom sold one. My wife sold the other.
And Phil's gonna get the other one.
Where's your other one? Because I'm gonna fight Phil for it.
But this
Good luck with that.
if you guys have not seen the push bags,
I get dirty, I'll fight you.
all these little attachments, these all go on the zippers.
All right,
so
I got one.
Todd
Whitaker.
there you go, Todd.
We'll bring it to you tomorrow at PDSL.
Yeah, that
there you go. You don't need to ship it.
Yeah, it's the joint.
Grab the next one.
So, hey, what's that one called?
Local resistance.
It's the push gear bag.
Push gear bag. So next we have.
Wait, does that have a Velcro spot for Todd's patches?
It does.
So what's the name of that one
It
below
better.
us?
That one is the medium roller.
Okay, so that's gear bag. That's roller.
Yeah.
So
Push gear bag.
Right.
Lucky
So now,
dog.
before we do the roller bag, we have a push paintball mask. You can tell us more.
Wow.
Yeah, so the push paintball mask, it comes with a hard case, like most goggles do not. It also is the thickest goggle on the market. Great field of vision. Inside you have a little toolkit here, and what the toolkit does is you have an Allen wrench. The Allen wrench, what that does is it fits in the nose of the goggle, and it adjusts the nose piece. You know, if you have a big nose or a fat head like this guy, you need to put it out a little more. Or if you're more like streamlined like I am, you got to take it in a little more. So there's a lot of versatility to it. Easy change lens. There's a lot. This comes with an HD thermal lens. So I mean, it's $189.99 retail. So you're making out for sure. It is the best goggle on the market. It comes with the goggle bag alone. So and chin strap. The magnetic chin strap alone is super sick. It just works with your thumb, comes off, and then collects back by itself. So it's super simple, make it easy. Keeps all your nerds safe.
All right. Paul Van Knocker.
Another big name.
That's a cool name.
Another big name. You love that one. No, I don't. Do I?
Oh.
Van Knocker.
Like knockers.
No, like knockers.
I don't know if he's a little poorly like you guys and he's got multiple family members. Those are some big knockers.
Yes.
No?
Hey,
Big knockers.
I'm not gonna knock that. Oh!
Fucking weak.
That was hilarious.
I thought it was
Listen.
pretty good.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Oh my God.
We're talking about knockers, Phil. Come on.
Sucking up over there. Someone's sucking
Well,
up.
do you have like a count of how many prizes we gave out already? I feel like it's like 30,
I don't know. I got carpal tunnel.
40. Yeah. Okay. The next one is the push bag below.
Yeah.
us.
So what we got here?
Oh,
Diggy
my
dig.
God. There you go.
This is the push. Hold on a second. You got it. You got the push. This is the medium roller, and also it comes with straps for itself, so it kind of doubles as a backpack. This is great for the field, great for traveling. It's not the large one, so if you fill this together with all your stuff, goggles, you have a special space up here for anything like that. Also, the goggles are your shoes with the special wet spot. I'm here all week. But this is perfect for traveling. It's super easy, and it weighs probably full maybe 35-40 pounds. So it's definitely the best for you. The big roller, obviously, you're pushing 50, which as you guys always very well know, it's kind of pushing the limit. But this is the one for you if you can travel light and travel what you want. So.
All right, and the winner is how about Curtis Carlson?
Curtis Carlson. There you go.
And it's trustworthy and
it's nice that you can actually have an Allen screw to change the wheels.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he just dented my wood floor with that thing.
Uh-oh.
Every time he gets off this chair, the floor gets dented, so we're not worried about it.
Yeah. Susan's come down and regulate.
I think my wife's here actually.
So next up, Dan, you want to grab the DM5?
Oh, DM5, really?
Yeah, we have a DM5 donated by Jim. He hit me up on Instagram. He wanted to donate.
Nice.
Help out. So this is a pretty much mint red to black DM5. Shoots, ropes, tested it out. And yeah, it's good to go. So who won the DM5? Oh!
Steven
Santersola.
Yeah.
Oh, Steven in the house!
Steven!
Did he win again?
No, that's his first one, but
that's a good one.
That's a good win, yeah.
That's a good win.
Yeah, that's a solid win.
How many tickets did Steven buy?
I think it was 100.
Wow.
10.
I'm not gonna lie though, out of
about
everything
10.
so far, I want that.
Well, these were $10 a piece?
I know. Dude, they're fucking sick, right?
No,
Beer assistant.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Okay, let's see. Before we jump on to the really huge prizes, any other questions, Dan? Any other questions for Chris or Phil?
Well, Chris is gone now, so we gotta.
He's gone. He'll be back.
So let's see that. Can you hold up your Avalanche jersey again? Or your Avalanche shirt? Let's take a. I want to take a look at the sponsors. I know you read a few of them, but I want to see the sponsors. So bye.
Oh my
bye,
lord!
Paul.
Are you,
So yeah.
are you giving it away?
No.
Oh, no, he's not giving it away.
Excuse me, nerd.
Did you give yours away?
Loader.
I don't know where mine is.
What is WS gas?
WS Gas?
Ed Porman, local thing. Ed Porman.
Look real quick.
And just so everybody knows, anyone who was donating or getting entries at the beginning of the stream up until 7:30, you were all counted. I got your tickets in right before we started.
Huh?
So
Which one, AC?
I know a couple people were
No.
asking. You're all in there.
So I have a question
Answer.
for Chris.
Yes, sir.
So you played with Bonsai Bandits in, was that 96?
Yeah, actually, I was the first American to ever go overseas and play with a European team. As Robo, no, I was before Ted. He played. I think he played in Australia. Actually, he might before I was actually. But Robo came and played in the U.S. And then I played for the Bonsai Bandits, which was owned by Leds. Leds, who actually owns Eclipson right now. So Leds, Jack Wood, myself, Jacko, all those guys, we all played together back in the day, and we used to whoop everybody's ass. It was a lot of fun.
One of the first players to shoot the Angel also, right?
Yeah, of course.
And was that when it was still the Brass Eagle Angel? Or was that slightly after? Because they were kind of straightening that out.
Well, those part of my years are kind of cloudy.
Yeah.
So
this would be probably 96.
I think I can't remember the first year I grabbed the Angel because WDP put a lot of effort and money into me.
Yeah.
Myself, who was Rocky, I think. Teddy, Ted Canoa, who's a really, really close friend of mine.
Yeah, Ted said there was one game, it might have been...
Washington Rain, yeah, when I used the Angel against Bad Company at the World Cup, that cost us first place.
Yeah, he said he looked... Did you see that video that I did with him where he looked behind at you and you had the gun taken apart?
No, I've never seen that.
Oh.
Oh, you got to send it to me. We were just talking about it today. So Teddy and I were talking about that today in the warehouse at Push. And he's like, do you remember? I was like, because I wanted to use the Angel, and I was way, way up in the 50, and I could have shot all those guys.
Yeah.
And my gun, the Angel was very, very, the tolerances were very, very clean. And for some reason, I got sand in the bolt, and it wouldn't work. And I was like, I was sucking on the bolt. I mean, like literally.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be.
That's how you learn to do it.
I swear to God, that's how I was sucking on that bolt like it was like somebody in the red light district. And I could not get this gun to work. So, yeah, boom. And I was like, okay, what am I going to do? So they're behind us at this point. I just stood up, and there was a guy in front of me looking right at me, pointing his gun, and I was like, he didn't shoot me. And he's like, he took off. I was like, okay, pew! So I took off for the flag. I did a dead man's walk. And I got the first flag grab, and then I got shot to shit, of course, because I ran back to the flag, and there was like 7 of them, and they shot the shit out of me. But it was that's epic time, yeah. The Angel was way John Rice, Jed, they took so much care of us, and it was a turning point as far as that's when the gun deals started coming out, because they gave me a gun deal that, hey, we'll give you 50 guns a year, and that's when things really started transitioning.
Yeah.
I think they reinvented the wheel when they came out with Hyperball, and they kind of pushed the envelope a little bit.
So did Hyperball first premiere at their field?
Yeah, in England. In England, yeah.
Play?
The first time we played, it was actually Brian Benini, myself, Chris Cole, Ed. It was the Avalanche guys. Jeremy Salm, I think, was there. I can't remember the rest. I think, whatever. But Rab, he was over there.
Yeah.
We went and played the tournament overseas, and that's when Hyperball was really kind of coming out of the norm.
And who are you playing as in that?
I want to say Avalanche.
And because Rab played with Avalanche before going to the Ironman. Is that right?
No, I don't think he played with the Ironman, did he?
Oh, he didn't go.
No, he was terrible.
Okay.
Why would he play with the Ironman? Nothing. Nobody got that. That was fucking hilarious. No. Rab was. He was. We call him the Scud. Because you just send him that way. He doesn't get much. He doesn't deviate from anything. He just goes that way and makes shit happen. But yeah, back in the day, Hyperball, the transition to airball with the Frenchies when they did all the tubes and stuff. I mean, that was a big transition, and it made players change the way they played the game, as far as like myself, because you had to, in the woods is different. Change your way you play. You got to either adapt to the game or you got to retire. And I changed the way I played, and a lot of the players around me changed with me, you know. And that's where Oliver came up, you know, back in the day. I used to whoop that kid's ass all the time. And then, you know, it switched. He started whooping my ass. You know, it's like Alex Frazee, Ryan Greenspan, Yosh, all those kids. You know, I have the utmost respect for all those guys.
Yeah.
Very cool. And
Yeah.
that tournament where you using the angel that went down, what was everybody else using?
I don't know. They were all dead. I was the only one alive.
All right, so-
Cockers. I think Cockers back in the day.
Okay, so we do have a couple more questions, but let's do another raffle before that. Before we do that, though, Steven wants you to sign that Eden 5 before you head out.
Copy
so
that. No problem.
You got the pen on you?
Well, I mean, the body is so big. Yeah, I have no problem signing this.
My favorite private label,
Can you hold this, please? I'm sorry.
the Chris Lasoya line, is the Element Angel.
Oh, Elements.
Yeah.
Those were good. They shot really good,
I
man.
still want one till this day.
Dude, they're very hard to find.
So
Very hard to find.
what was your favorite gun
Well, before we go on, let's do
that
another
of
raffle.
all time?
We'll jump
Of all
on.
time, like what's your favorite? Like the gun that you would, if you could shoot that gun again, what would it be?
Pass over this, Flatmaster.
Man, that's a
Just
tough.
any gun.
Any gun? Man, that's tough.
While he's thinking, guys, we're going to raffle
That's
off
tough,
this
that's tough, man.
Oh
brand new
shit!
inbox Flatmaster Rapide Comp. On my favorite
thing is in-
No, I saw that.
I don't
And there's
know.
are those reballs or is that?
No, that's old.
Is that old?
Well, no, I don't
Is that old
necessarily
oil-based
think-
paint?
I
Check it
don't
out.
think that this is
Nelson.
brand new
That's
because
Nelson.
when I pull the trigger, I can feel that the double action linkage isn't always catching, which makes me think that some of the arms are a little worn. But you could
Close
get
to new.
you could get
There you go.
already
You
worn.
can't smell this. You can't smell this anymore.
Yeah, let me get a sniff. of
trying
that.
to
I'm
get
telling
high.
you. I'm telling you, you can't. They don't.
There you
I'm
go.
sorry, that takes me back.
Let me see it.
Rub it on your butt,
Take
then
a sniff of
close
that.
it.
Okay, so
Give it to Paul.
This is awesome.
Give it to Paul.
You know,
Rub it around in that
that
tickle
is
bag.
that
Jeez.
smell and the 3-in-1 oil.
top.
so it's got
3-1-0 baby powder.
You dropped into the
Bring that over
picture
here.
on the
No, I don't want
before
that
you
messy
take it.
paint.
So it's got at least
See that? My
6
my
tubes
trigger's
of old
not catching.
paint.
There we
It's
go.
got the Splatmaster Rapide
Bang.
Comp. It's got an extra barrel and it's got the loader
like
for it.
That's like
It
15
works
balls
kind of
a
like the
second right
tri-loader.
there.
You just turn it.
Who is this
So,
Flatmaster
This
from?
is a shoot from
This
hip
is
gun
from
right
Adrian
here.
There you go.
Garcia. Thanks for reminding me.
Dude,
All right,
you know you're old. We used to have the old
Here we go.
cigar tubes, the metal cigar tubes. Do you
All
remember
right,
that?
who won the
Yep.
Splatmaster?
Miguel Gomez.
Miguel Gomez.
Miguel.
All right.
That's international shipping, obviously.
Look at that tank, man. That
Yeah,
thing
you
is
got a
like
92
NOS.
tank.
That's a 12 ounce, isn't it?
7 ounce.
All right, before we go
Except
on to the
for-
I got
next
3 or
one.
4 of those.
All right, Chris, Angel Oliva says you never hit
What
him. He
year was
shot
it?
you pump only at Tombstone and
1292.
Corona. Remember that?
I never
Absolutely
played
not.
a Tombstone.
Doesn't remember. It didn't happen. And,
No, I'm sure it happened. I just phased those memories
and
out.
then stick this in. And
No.
Ha ha
I will stick it
Kevin
in.
wants to know a little bit about your time on Trauma, since everyone loved Trauma.
Oh, Trauma. Those
Don't
guys
know
were
that
great,
much
man.
about it.
So Trauma, I went and played with Trauma. It was strictly because of sponsorship kind of deals. I worked with GI, and I was sponsored by Dye. So I was either I couldn't play with Infamous anymore, so that's the reason I left Infamous to begin with. So I ended up going to Trauma,
DM3.
and we shot Dye guns. I played with Tyler, Dave Faison, God, so many good people from Trauma, and it was insane. You know, those guys are great. They just won the world. They come off winning the World Cup, and I started playing with those guys. I flew to North Carolina and Greensboro, whatever, and just played. And I ended up playing with Dave Faison and Tyler overseas with a Russian team. And the Russians, I got to say, the Russians have been extremely supportive in this whole ordeal. I can't say enough about those guys. But with Trauma, you know, I ended up going with those guys for sponsorship reasons, and it was a good experience. I had a blast. Those guys are fun. And in fact, Dave Faison and I had a conversation today on the phone. So I still keep in touch with the guys. Duder. You know, we started playing. We played with Image. We created Montreal Image, and we played in the 7-man tournaments. So it was a good experience across the board. They're fun, man.
I love their X-Ball jerseys.
Oh, I made those.
Everyone
I made
loves
those.
jerseys.
I made those, by the way. Thank
Very
you.
cool.
They're probably one of the top selling jerseys.
They're sick. They're sick. Yeah, I know. I wish I still had some.
All right, so we have 8 big prizes left. Before we go on to the jersey behind me, we are actually going to do 2 entries to CPX events. We didn't do those, right?
Oh yeah, Paul.
No, I don't think so.
So yeah, Paul actually donated these. I guess he sent certificates to us, but we didn't get them in time. So he's gonna honor it regardless. So we're gonna do 2 winners, 1 CPX entry apiece.
And just so you guys know, so CPX, I'm sure you've seen the
CPX events.
Yeah, they actually closed CPX Field in Chicago. However, they have transitioned over to an events coordinator. So they're going to start playing, Living Legends, Dead Legends, all the fields that they have with Pinckney down in Florida at Tracks and Trails. So just keep ahead of the game with Paul from CPX. He's a really good friend of mine, and he is golden for sure. So
he's supposed to mail them to me.
So that's probably what he's talking about.
They were never intended for the show.
Were they not?
I didn't know you were talking to them.
I thought he messaged me here. Yeah, I mean Paul messaged here asking if we got
very organized over here.
The certificates in time, and then I said we didn't get him, and he said, well, he'll still honor them. So
we'll get 2 more.
You know what? Hey, Paul, if you're watching, why don't you text him? We'll hold off on doing those prizes. We'll do one of the jerseys, get a confirmation on him that those are for this. So before we do the CPX entries, we're going to do this Brian Fowl LB jersey.
Which one is it?
The infamous jersey.
Oh, that's
behind you.
Right?
I mean,
it's behind us, in front of us. This is it's an awesome.
It has an RPS logo, so it's pretty OG.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the winner is Jay Johns.
You did a good job, Mitchell.
Jay Johns, you got hooked up. Okay,
A lot of our friends.
I think a lot of your friends paid money. You have a lot of friends.
I mean, anyone who missed out on this raffle really missed out.
this is when I realized that there was a mix-up.
It's fine, no big deal.
For us or for you?
Yeah,
Anyway, who cares?
Okay.
Well, I mean, are we offering them then?
Yeah,
you can.
Just offer them. It's fine.
Doesn't matter.
I'll get 2 more.
You sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what does it include?
Oh.
2 entries to see.
Okay, so it's this from Paul and D-Day Hanu Fox. So it's 2 certificates for 2 entry, air, and 2 cases of paint worth $330 each.
So we're gonna have 2 winners. Each winner is gonna get one certificate to a CPX event.
For 2.
It's 1 certificate for 2, so 2 separate.
So it's
You're fired. You are fired.
No, here. I was gonna let him do it.
Would that mean
He saved
4
it,
total entries?
He would have
4 total
tickets.
tickets.
Fully redeemed himself.
Sure.
Okay, so it's 2 certificates for 2 entry, air, and 2 cases of paint.
What do you read that to mean? 4 entries total or 2?
Okay, well, regardless, we're doing 2 drawings.
Okay,
There's
so
2
it
drawings.
is.
And that'll be
there
straight.
we
It is.
go.
2 separate passes
2
for
separate
2.
passes.
Okay.
All right.
There we go. All right, so
Now that we got that.
20
straight,
twin.
each winner here is going to get 2 entries to a CPX event, 2 air, 2 cases of paint. So
And that's
pretty
not
huge
air line,
freaking
that's
prize.
air. for your
Yeah,
gun.
air is in.
Rich is going to come over to you and fill you up.
Yeah,
Yes.
Chris will be
yeah,
there.
Fridge is
Okay,
going to be running
he's
the
fine.
event in the background.
Here's
First for a pretty huge
Carol
prize.
Bateman.
Carol Bateman. Come on down.
That's the first woman all night, huh?
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean,
She's famous.
infamous.
And here's the next one.
Next
Paul.
CPX.
Go for it.
What's going to pull it out, Chris? You
No,
going to?
you're
Yeah,
good.
I'll
Go
I
pull
didn't
it out.
realize
do
how
that.
huge these
I'm
were.
going
We
deep.
saved it to the end, but these are amazing prizes right here.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go. Bam.
Who got it? Who got it? Eric Horn!
We know.
Eric Horn!
We know.
He's a local.
Yeah, Eric, you'll have to go and play the San Diego. There's one in San Diego, right? Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
He'll
know.
be able to
Wow.
play that one. Or he can travel and play a different one.
Pretty solid.
All right, here comes the
He's
next
a,
one. Coming down
He's
from
a
the
local kid. Now.
depths of the bag. Chris
Okay.
is finishing his thought.
Did we have any more questions before we jump on to the next
We didn't.
one? What?
This is what his prize with this even before.
I don't even know. He's pulling stuff out.
He's pulling
I'm like-
stuff out before
I
we
thought
Okay.
you said it was
All right.
4.
It's premature
Is it 2?
evacuation.
Premature poll.
All right, well, I'll just
hang on
keep
to
it.
it.
I'll
Okay,
just keep
let's
it.
see.
That's the
fine.
next prize.
I
Any more
pulled it from the
questions
bottom of the-
before we
The next
jump on?
prize is the LB jersey, right?
We just did the LB. Pull up the, pull up the Baines Impact.
Haha, he said
And you
bang.
know what?
Okay.
There's even one more. Did I send you the picture from Pepe?
Hey, the guy that didn't show up? Yeah.
It's in
Weird.
my
Who called that one?
chat.
This guy.
Okay, so first up, bring up the Baines jersey, then we'll do the Pepe jersey.
I knew it was
Is the Baines jersey the Chris Lasoya?
Meanwhile, he said he sent me pics. Are you in OC? Yeah, Pep, we're in OC. That was 2 hours ago. All right. Cool. So we'll do the Baines jersey first. Dan's gonna think up another question. So right now, up for grabs is an Impact Dave Baines jersey. Pretty awesome. And you know, we still have the Hitman jersey to do. So pull that up after. So who won the Dave Baines jersey?
Going down.
Dave Baines.
Come on down.
Black Sunday, Troy Edwards.
Yes.
Ooh.
There you go.
All right, Troy.
Cool.
Which one's Troy?
He's the one. His name is Edwards.
He owns Dragon Sports in NorCal. So if you're in NorCal,
No, I mean I play against Black Sunday all the time. But that's one of their names.
Okay, bud.
Yeah. Well,
You
got
play
So
with
many
them too.
fucking tickets in this
got
bag.
Will that
Lars,
jersey
Sean,
fit
Troy,
No shit,
Eric. Yeah, they're similar. Although
Baines is a big
he's been
guy.
slimming down. Lately.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's been slimming down lately, but you know,
Probably fit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys do, but I always try to wear 2 sizes too big because you get them extra bounces.
Hitman next.
I just wiped the shit off.
Yeah, you got the picture up.
Here it
Dan,
comes.
You got any questions?
There's the winner right there coming on down the hill.
I need some water, I think.
It is
Um,
Angel Jamie. I know Angel Jamie.
And
Does that say
He's a
Jamie?
local.
Angel
yeah,
Jaime.
and what did he win?
Hitman jersey.
Hitman.
Nice.
So,
I know Angel Jamie.
Angel, you won the Colorado Hitman jersey. That's from Sonny Lopez.
And you can see that behind us.
And
Power
before
5.
Before you pull another one.
Oh, there's
figure out where we
Colorado Hitman now? Because Sonny moved there, or are they still LA Hitman?
Well,
Is that a push goggle on him?
That is
Is he wearing a push goggle?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, push in the
That is
house.
specifically a Colorado
Sunny.
Hitman jersey.
Okay,
There
I
is
didn't know.
still LA Hitman, but that's Colorado. Paul, you got
Alright.
the Assassins jersey. Okay, so up behind us we have a Oakland Assassins jersey from Pepe Escudia, who has played for a number of huge teams, and you know him now. He's got the Top Rank brand, which it's pretty solid gear. I love the hat. I got a sweater of it. So check it out. Who is the winner of the Assassin's jersey?
Pass it down.
Well, you gotta read it if you're gonna just give me crap about how I read it.
Kevin Foote.
Kevin Foote. There you go.
There you go, Kevin.
See? Power in numbers.
Power and
Oh, I
enthusiasm
know.
right
I'm
there.
stoked about that. Okay. So Dan, you got any more questions for him before we do the last few?
I'm like out of questions right
Okay. In that case, we got the
Thank you.
final four. Am I missing any raffle prizes that were last minute?
now.
Thing card.
I don't know.
Okay.
Did we give that last blade out?
Yeah, that went with one of the prizes. We'll figure it out. So we got the last four. Number one being the Lasoya Shock Tech jersey. So actually,
Oh, jeez.
Kevin wanted to know just about that because you know he said you played maybe 2 events with Shock Tech. So give us a little history behind that.
So I
jersey.
played with Aftershock. I'm trying to think how that happened exactly.
Aftershock jersey.
I
When we
played-
had to ref and you didn't want to?
No, I played. So Jeremy Solomon is a really close friend of mine.
Wait. Oh yeah. Sorry. Kevin just jumped in. He's like, I was out of the room. What did I win? You won the Assassin's jersey from Pepe Escudia. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're out of the room. You didn't win. So
Yeah, you got to be here to win.
Jeremy Solomon's a really close friend of mine, and I was looking for a team, and I think I needed a die team at the time, and I'm like, hey man, can I come play with you? And he's like, absolutely, you know, and you know we're close friends, but he's still a hard coach, so you know he's very honest. So I'm playing like shit. He's like, hey, you're playing like shit. I'm like, okay, I'll sit then. It was fun though. I mean, Aftershock is a staple in the paintball community.
Right.
They've won more World Cups than anybody that we know, and you know just wearing that jersey alone, Rennick Miller's a really close friend of mine.
I think Rennick even went so far as to say they've won more tournaments period than any.
Let's
team,
not get
so
carried
we'll
away,
have to
Rennick.
figure it out.
Let's not get carried away. I mean, I whooped your ass a few times, so let's be realistic about this. However, they're iconic, and just to wear the Aftershock jersey alone was a pleasure, and I had a good time with it. So.
Very cool.
And
so,
they're very, very, very rare. I saw that. I was like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, Kevin was saying that he thought it's probably the only Lasoya C6 jersey or
yeah, no, I agree with that.
in existence.
There's only there's only 4 made, for sure.
So
So
I
there
want to
you
add
go.
something on top of that.
Yeah.
You were talking about dye teams, Chris.
Yep.
I have your 1 of 1 Aftermath, Escondida Aftermath jersey, and yours is the only one with
That has dye logo.
Yeah, I have that.
You do?
Yeah, I own that because I knew that because I
The
bought
red
some-
checkered one?
Yeah, exactly.
The one I won for.
Where'd you get
Yeah.
that one? Is that from
Yeah, it is.
I bought it on.
Billboard?
That's
No,
how
I
skinny
bought it
I
a
was. I
long
was so
time ago.
cute.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's a lot of shadow there.
Fuck yourself.
We don't really know what's going on.
Fuck you.
Your jersey
Don't
was
Photoshop.
Your jersey was the rarest one because everyone else had the Planet Eclipse logo.
Yeah.
Like, yours was the
Well,
one
and
that
I told Let's those guys, I was like, look, I shoot dye. I'll play with you, but I'm shooting my dye gun. They're like, it's a good trade. And we won Jacksonville. That's when I won the one-on-one with when I shot Thomas Taylor in the face like 2 times.
And,
But
and I have that jersey.
yeah, and you're gonna bring
there's a
next
few of
week
those,
to
man.
show it
I
off.
should have brought because I have 2 jerseys. I have your explicit one and I have your.
How do you get those? Those are so rare.
Got that from
Lasoya,
Becky.
you got out of the horde.
God, you
But
guys.
The Aftermath one,
Let me guess, you drive an Infinity.
No.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rolls?
A Mitsubishi. A Mitsubishi.
Paul
There you
has-
go.
No,
Really? Hey, so does he.
he's moving up to a Honda though.
Yeah.
No,
I'm saving up for a Honda. I'm gonna sell your jersey for a Honda.
Paul has one of the biggest jersey collections of anyone I know. Some pretty sick jerseys.
And you're fucking skinny. They don't even fit you.
I like to wear them XXL.
Hey,
wears
there
them-
you go.
He wears
Listen.
them over his snakeskin right there. And that's not even the same.
Holy crap. Double XL. I wear 5s and 6s.
Okay, can we fucking please move on?
You know, I had a teammate that wore 7XLs that fit. 7. So. Yeah. Okay. So who wins the Lasoya jersey? I think Chris should pick it. Chris,
Okay.
who wins your jersey?
Paul's got his hand.
Watch
in
out
it.
for the white stuff.
Get your greedy hand.
Why is it so sweaty in here? Like literally.
You like
It's like
it.
going to DMV.
Why does it smell like corn in that bag?
That's a chlorine. That doesn't smell like chlorine.
Andrew Holt.
Halt!
There you go. I know he dropped $200 on tickets.
No
so
shit, nice.
That's
Right
the
on.
Second prize.
Second prize.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
See?
a cool jersey.
Yeah, I want that thing.
So
I want to have these back.
how do we get a
Seriously.
shot of the supervisor over there?
Tickets.
Yeah, right.
I should have bought more tickets. Not want what
That's
he
the
has.
supervisor.
Rubby.
Ginger.
Yeah, and someone was asking
She's
how
kicking
much
it.
money
His
did we raise for
supervisor.
Chris? We raised close to $6,000.
Yeah, no, seriously.
So really,
Without question.
everybody.
Hey, and just so you know, just so you guys know, I mean, I don't put this number out there, and this is just one bill. Nobody can guess by any means exactly how much my hospital stay was.
I did.
I asked him, he wouldn't tell me.
Why don't you shut the?
Hey, I didn't tell him.
You were close. How much was it? I forgot.
$337.
$337,000.
I guessed $330.
So that's just my hotel stay. There's a stack of bills that are amazing. So I mean, you know, you guys have helped out tremendously. Without you guys, there's no way I could make it through it. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Proud to Chris. Love you, man.
Thank you, everybody.
And there's also going to be some effort at coming up in the following
At Vegas,
weeks.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, and
next.
in XL Vegas, they're raffling off a ton of gear, guns, masks, bags, and Phil, I believe, is going to be running that raffle. So hit him up. You might be able to get some more stuff and help our buddy Chris out here.
Plus, we have a dunk tank, and certain people that you love are going to be in it. We're going to have a 50-50 raffle.
What day are you doing the dunk tank? Because I'll be there.
It's going to be
Friday,
both
Saturday.
days. It's going to be Friday, Saturday.
I'll do it. I got to bring some extra clothing, but I'll be there. Cool. So we got 3 more items. All right, 3 more items. We have the custom laser engraved Black Magic pump from Chris Corsino.
Oh
Contract
yeah.
Killer.
CC in the house.
Yeah, that is a hell of a marker. He custom annotated it and engraved it just to look old and old school, and it's got a sweet engraving job on it. And I know he tunes his markers extremely well. So let's see who won it. This is a pretty solid prize right here. Jeffrey Wilkinson.
Jeffrey.
Prize number 3.
I'm on Jeffrey.
Wow.
God.
Wow.
See,
You got
I'm
it,
telling you.
Jeff.
Next time this happens, pay more money.
How many?
You got it.
Wow.
How many did you want? Jeff, how many did you want? Seriously.
3.
Good.
Damn,
Well, good for him.
Nice.
Seriously.
Now I'm crunching them up. They're all
Glenn
in.
Taylor says catch the tears and raffle those off. We have a little vial.
Oh.
Lasoya
Yeah,
tears.
you better pay a lot
By
more.
the way,
Hey, this DNA is expensive.
There's some 10 round.
That's my mom.
By the way,
Trust me.
DNA expensive. He's spread all over the nation. What are you talking about?
Hey.
All over the world. What am I talking about?
Okay, that was funny. That was pretty funny.
Hey, so if any of you girls got some stains on a dress, that's worth a lot of money.
Oh,
My mom's right there, bro.
Yeah, she had to clean those stains for years.
Those were on his bed.
Sorry.
You can't pay. You can't pay for stuff. Like, you paid for stuff like this. This is hilarious.
Oh Lord.
That was really
They did
funny.
something similar in ancient Rome. The gladiators, they would actually catch their blood in vials and they would sell them to women as perfume. So
Nice.
who knows?
I got the knife and the vials.
All right, so we got
Fake laugh, in case you didn't know.
two more monster raffle prizes right here, and that's it. We have an
He's
old
just snort.
school.
Yeah, I did.
Paul, you got it up. The PMI. All right, so here we have a Shock Tech milled PMI autococker from Jerk MC. He played an event with you as Psychotic Sick.
Oh yes. No kidding.
So that's Jerk. I played at an event with him as
I
Black
saw that guy's
Sunday.
name. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I mean, he plays with a lot of amazing teams. He's an amazing player, an amazing guy, and you know, he grabbed this one off his wall and he's like, "This is for Chris. I want
Nice.
someone to have it. Let's raise some money." So, I mean, especially with how cockers are nowadays, this is one of the great ones. There's not too many of these Shock Tech milled PMI cockers out there.
Chris McLean?
Chris McLean. That is. What's his name on MCB?
Chris McLean. That's his
I
name.
can't remember, but he's from Canada.
Yeah, he's from Canada.
Oh, way.
Really good guy.
All right, it's going to cost
Chris,
a fortune to ship that
solid
gun.
win.
Hey, Chris, you're paying for shipping. Just saying.
Yeah.
Chris Crescino sending that.
Oh, shit. Thanks, Chris.
No,
Thanks, Chris.
That's Chris sending it. Sorry. I was thinking Black Magic Pump. Not Chris. Sorry.
All right. Sorry. Benji's working too hard.
I'm working too hard.
Grand
I'm sorry.
prize right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Pull that thing out.
Ladies
Pull
and
that thing
gentlemen.
out.
Coming in
Let's talk
hot.
about that a little bit.
This thing is
Wow,
so sick.
Chris, solid freaking prize.
This thing is so sick, man.
So Paul can tell us more about it, but basically it's a Hawaii Ronin desert duck pump.
Let Paul touch it one last time.
Yeah, I'll touch it.
We know you don't have a problem with that.
I got the ticket in my hand.
And this is
Oh, you do?
I got it in my hand.
this is the creme de la creme, and for anyone who doesn't know what these are,
Is that my hair?
you could not trade
Sorry.
an even.
That's a wand.
I want
You
that.
couldn't trade a picture.
You want DNA?
Well, you got big,
This is-
long ball hairs.
This is
This
the
thing.
one of one. I mean,
That's a barrel plug.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, what the
Where
hell
at
is
is
this thing?
that?
Paul, give us that info.
This was, like you said, it's a Team Ronin Desert Duck. It was Kiyaka Atkinson's gun, and
Spook.
I bought 2 guns from him about a year ago, and he handmade the grips. This was a gun that was an Aaron Liu gun with Ken Kidd's work on it. He's the one that knurled the grips. Just did a bunch of stuff you normally don't see. Put a 1911 slide lock in it.
And what year was it made?
So
No kidding. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
No kidding.
And it's, you know what, he said in one of the other videos, there's actually, if you go back a couple of the,
On our PBD
yeah,
stream, we had
you'll
Paul on with
see,
a bunch of desert
yeah,
ducks.
he
You can
calls
see
in
some
and
more.
he gives the whole history of the gun. And yeah, it's just such a bitchin' piece of Hawaiian history that, you know, whoever wins this, whoever's in my hand here, I hope they cherish it. I hope they really take it for what it is, because these are made one at a time by Aaron Carter and Dave Liu back in the day, and these are, you know,
kamikaze shooters.
they don't even have serial numbers because
and when he was talking about it, I mean, he was tearing up over the phone.
Oh, he
Like,
was.
This
Yes.
is a serious. I mean, this is an amazing marker.
Yeah, one thing he
And-
said is he's like, I regretted selling it. I should have tried to get it back from you. But then when I saw that, you know, you were going to put it towards such a great cause, I just knew that you were the right person for it, Paul. And
nice.
Yeah, and God bless Paul for giving this up. I mean, him and I had a conversation on the phone at least 2 or 3 times. You know, half an hour conversations, and and you don't find people like this often.
I mean,
So.
Dan and I called him up a couple times. We're like, "Are you sure?"
I don't think he's sure, but he's committed. So screw him.
No,
but you don't find people like this often. I mean, you know, throughout this whole process, there's a lot of people that come out of the woodwork. You know, he's been like godsend for me, Benji, all these guys, and you know, my mom, my family, my sister, my dad, and this guy. I mean, who does that? I wouldn't do this. I'd be like, fuck you, with all due respectfully.
Well, you know, I honestly I couldn't have done this, and you know, without the help of Benji and Dan here and Paul behind the scenes.
He's behind the scenes.
But he's
of course, the Asian on the computer.
But he's got a mic.
He makes it happen. I mean, this whole raffle is their success. I just donated.
Please sell my shit.
You know, I just donated the gun, but these guys were the guys that made it all happen. You know, and you know, it's you know. That's why when I was gonna sell the gun and just donate the money, and I thought, you know what, I can give it to these guys and we can do a raffle. And I just thought he'd give a couple of. I thought it was gonna be a pretty, you know, just a small, humble raffle.
I mean, that's what it was started. We were gonna.
This is insane.
We were gonna do that gun, some loaders for me, some gift certificates from Dan, and you know, I mean, everyone really came together and made this an event.
Insane, and I'm humbled.
Yeah, and I'm glad it turned out that way. It really shows, you know, I mean, all these people that donated, they're all our teams, they're all the guys that we see all the time, and you know, we know each other. Everyone, we're a giant family. We're just a big circle of guys out there having fun playing tag. And
Yeah.
it humbled me to see everyone come together and do this. So
yeah.
I'm glad I gave this gun up, and whoever wins it, like I said, I hope they cherish it as much as it should be, because it is a really bitchin' gun.
And you know, Chris, I know you say you're humble, but you know, paintball didn't start all that long ago. You know, you were, you know, one of the first real figureheads of the sport, and you really
The first rock star.
The first rock star. You know, you were the champ. And you motivated everyone to play, and here we are. What are we, like 40 years in max in paintball?
I'm like 21. Fuck off.
Think about 100 years from now, 150, 200 years when paintball's still a thing, and you know, you're in the history books. You know, they're talking about you guys, you, Phil, Avalanche, all the old schoolers. So you guys are really important figures in the sport, and you know, we're happy to help you out any way we can.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thanks,
Cool.
man.
So drum roll. Who's got the drum roll? Dan.
Chris, you call it.
No.
Go for it. It's all you, Chris. If you can read my handwriting.
Last one, guys.
Why is this one so sticky?
Because my hands are sweaty.
Oh my God. Who's got it? Who got it?
How are you kidding me?
Who is it? Timothy Doyle.
Hey, that's a good home for this gun.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
a good home.
he doesn't sell his guns. There you go.
Doyle.
That's the home forever.
Wow.
There you go.
Congratulations, dude.
Tim
that's a good
Doyle,
home for this
winner,
guy.
chicken dinner.
OG ground zero.
That's a good home for this guy. Yeah, he actually. He's a smart nerd.
OG ground zero.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Still plays for ground zero.
Yeah, not very well.
Ground Zero don't play
What are you
anymore.
doing,
He
Robbie?
plays for Master Blasters now.
Hey, Mom, open the door for Robbie, please.
Watch the.
No, we're good.
So thanks for everyone who entered. You know, sorry if you didn't win. I'm really happy for you if you did, and you know, if you have any more questions, you know, we can stick around
That's
for
a good
another
home for
10
the
minutes, 15.
For
You know,
sure.
ask some questions.
Yeah, man.
Let us know what you want to ask Chris, Phil, any of us. We're happy to talk with you guys. And I guess
thanks,
while
guys.
we're finishing up, you got any specific crazy stories that you want to recount?
You know, I can only send out the love to, you know, I got a lot of crazy stories. I'm not going to really get to them.
I'll get there.
You know, I got a good foundation, a family, and like I said, I kind of shied away from that for a minute, as I mentioned earlier. But Brian Benini with Push, you know, bring me back into the fold. And, you know, I was with Brian before this accident had happened, and I was coming back in anyway. And I was kind of, you know, like whatever, you know, back and forth. And then this happened, and then the support that had happened to follow was so overwhelming. You can ask my mom. I was in tears multiple times. And, you know, it's just, it's what we do. So I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. We do have a couple of questions for you. We got, who's your favorite team to play against and your least favorite team to play against?
Oh, man.
Far East Dragons.
And for anybody who wasn't watching and who wants to know the winners, Danny and I have a tournament tomorrow, but I will get to posting the winners list latest Monday. And you can always watch this and just play it back and see who won.
So my favorite team to play would be Dynasty because they were the most aggressive and just like me, and somehow I used to whoop their ass. So it was kind of nice, you know. It made you know, for some reason there's teams that you play good against for some reason, and there's teams that you play bad against for some reason. It's just the nature of the game. And you know, fortunately, I was able to whoop their ass on a regular basis. So on the flip side, the teams I hated to play were probably any Division I team or any team with girls on it, because they, for some reason, whooped our ass. It was not fun. I remember playing, and I think it was the Iron Kids before they were Dynasty. We were playing in Vegas, or we played in LA, and we're playing these guys, and we're Avalanche. We're gonna whoop everybody's ass, and these kids came out and kicked the shit out of us, and I was like, well, that sucked. So my favorite team to play is Dynasty. My favorite team to hate to play is Dynasty, or the Iron Kids. So because you know and the thing about those guys is, I gotta say that you know, Alex, Ryan, Yosh, Oliver, all those kids have always had the utmost respect, you know, for me. You whoop my ass, they're like, sorry, you know, and we shake hands, and you know, when problems happen, you know, the Alexes, the Ryans, those guys, the Yoshis are the first people to call and say, hey man, you know, I hope everything's going okay, or you know, whatever. So
they're really humble players. Yeah,
and you know, take notes from players like that, because I was an asshole. So so you know, with that said, you know, take notes from players that, you know, like the impact guys. Look at Dave Baines and. Mom, come here, Mom. She is terrible at phones. Come here.
There we go.
Just push buttons. Just throw it.
No, not
Jesus. Mom, that's my mom, everybody. So.
There's no RVs around.
Nice. But anyway, like I'm saying, if you could take notes from anything, guys, take notes from these guys. They're old school, and they're very humble, and they're giving, and you know, the way paintball is going, we got to stick together. And you know, be productive and grow paintball as a group. What the? Come on, bro.
Now you're in trouble, Paul.
Jesus, that's your wife. Let me talk to her. Let me see. No, I'll talk to her.
No, I
know. She called me earlier, but my phone was ringing. I was sure what happened. Anyway,
a little late.
like I'm saying, be more like these guys. You know, be more like the Dynasties and the Impacts. You know, support the sport, and because it's only progressed for yourself. And you know, yes, you can be like myself, and you can be productive. And this is a sport
without the asshole.
Yeah, he's right here. So, you know, just be productive and don't be selfish. You know, I've learned a lot. So.
You down for a couple more questions, or?
I'm down. Let's go.
Okay, so we got Glenn Taylor wants to know what was your first paintball marker ever and your favorite paintball marker.
Oh, my first paintball marker was an SMG 68.
Nice.
Or 60. SMG 60.
That's not a bad first marker.
SMG 60. The damn thing went brrr! You couldn't hit a goddamn thing, but it sounded crazy.
That's how you learn to play close.
So I had that, and I had a Piranha short barrel. With a little 3.5 ounce tank on it.
You're gonna have to play close.
Yeah, exactly. So those were my first two markers, and then I switched to my Sniper 2, and I used that for a long time. You know, Bud Orr, he's like I said, he's always taken really good care of me, and he is one of the most genuine, honest, cool people you want to befriend. This guy, you want to be close to him because he's such an honest, nice guy, and he's always like Phil. Phil actually started the whole process with War Games back in the day with us, and
Bud's like my dad.
Yeah, for sure. And he opened the door for myself to be friends with this iconic person, and who I really didn't realize how iconic he was at the time.
Right.
And he just took care of us and gave me everything, and just we need more people like you guys and him and Phil and it's amazing.
And you know what? We'll ask Bud about that. He's going to be on one of our future streams, so we'll see how he felt about sponsoring guys like you.
Right.
And
I tried to get him to call in tonight, but he was under the weather. I gave him my Bud. If you watch this,
Feel better, Bud.
how them jalapenos doing? I told him how to get rid of the cold real quick.
Yeah. Let's see. A couple more questions. We got. What was your favorite place that you traveled to play outside of the U.S.?
Toulouse. Yeah, I mean, I hate the Frenchies. No, those guys were fucking terrible. I like playing in France. You go overseas. Madrid was great. Toulouse was great. Amsterdam, I don't remember much of, but I think it was great.
Now, when you were first traveling over there, were you already treated like superstars? Just
Oh,
because
absolutely.
You were coming from the U.S.?
It was odd. When I was the bonsais, because I was like the first guy to go over there. It's like whatever. Who are you? But when the American team started going over there and whooping everybody's ass, they treated us very, very well. Like, if you're in another country and you have a paintball field or whatever, you're well off, because the other countries they're very poor or you're rich. There's no in between. Like Malaysia or Thailand or whatever. We've been everywhere in the world, and we're very blessed to be there. But they do treat you like gold. I mean, if you've never been to Malaysia and know what a cat buff is, I'd highly recommend it. Just saying.
I'm trying to go to that World Cup just because I've heard the Malaysian event is specifically amazing. I got a little taste of it traveling with Black Sunday, going to Ecuador and Cancun. And I mean, here we were, Black Sunday coming back after so many years. Myself not having played with any pro or semi-pro teams, and we were treated like royalty. We were being asked for autographs. I'm like, who am I? I'm signing an autograph. So it's really amazing traveling anywhere.
It's fun. It's fun. If you get a chance to go, just to go and play like a 5-man tournament like the Mexican League, or wherever it might be.
They're happy to have U.S. teams. If
it's fun.
Jump over.
It's a blast. It's well worth the money.
Yeah, we got another question. Adam Baumgartner is asking, what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma the night after the green screen shoot for Extreme Paintball Show?
I don't know. I was drunk. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
Well, there you go.
I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I remember the green screen, but that's about it. I mean, we were shooting I do remember exactly what he's talking about, but
Cool.
It's foggy. It's vague.
There was no insurance filed, put it that way.
You didn't shoot that thing with us in Hollywood doing shooting the U.S. flag for the NBA Finals?
No.
Okay, that's for another day. We'll talk about it. Anybody else have any questions? Let us know. Oh, yeah. Chris Van Horn is asking, what was your favorite gun of all time?
Man, honestly, probably the one that made me the most money. It'd be the Intimidator. The Intimidator. And I was making $150,000 a year for at least 3 or 4 years straight.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Dan and I were trying to put together how many Timmies did that mean they had to have sold? It was like 800 to 1,000?
I think I sold at least 2,000 Timmies.
Wow.
Each year, or
no? I think overall.
Were you actually having to hustle them yourself, or they were?
Oh no. Gino and his marketing team did an amazing job. I just sat back and took pictures and looked cute, which is hard to do these days.
Well, those guns, every one of them that came out, man, was just a work of art.
That gun shot amazing.
They were awesome.
My only problem with those early Timmies was the clamshell screws were always stripping because they were so small. But they freaking ripped, and honestly, the milling patterns on them were second to none.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's like, it's limited edition. Look, it's got some little.
In the beginning, I had like a little knife thorn horn fucking thing in the back.
You know how much that one sells for?
Dude, how much?
$3,000 to $5,000.
You know why? Because we only made like 100 of them.
Yeah.
And I used to cut myself because the thing was sharp.
Yeah, that's
I used to impale myself all the time, and I was like, this thing's stupid. Cut it off.
That's nuts.
But no, that's funny. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well,
they're insane.
There's a lot of
prototype Lasoya.
Yeah, they're insane.
We're part of the big Timmy group where who has one of them? Does Adam Barrick has one of them?
Has one of the thorns?
One of the sharp ones.
I've only seen 2 of them.
I think I've thrown like most of mine. So.
Dude, Fridge's favorite gun.
Dude, that thing.
We were doing some milling work on it. He milled a beer opener on the back of his gun.
I mean,
on his
you
STO.
could use one of your Lasoyas to do
absolutely.
That. So sharp.
That thing's like You can kill somebody, go open a beer, and just go celebrate.
Yeah, and a lot of people didn't know that you had the Lasoya ProMaster because I mean, it's only available for a small amount of time.
Yeah, but
didn't necessarily shoot all that great because ProMaster.
It was a terrible gun. However, it was terrible. But I made 50 grand off it, so fuck, I don't give a shit.
That bad.
Oh,
no.
Kevin wants to know if you actually ever used it.
I used it for like never. I did. No, listen. Here's a funny story. Here's a funny story about Brian Fowl. So I started using it, and Brian Fowl and I were teaching a clinic in, I think, Kentucky.
That draws a line, right?
And I'm trying to convince one of my good friends who knows me very well, so he knows I'm full of shit. I'm like, dude, you got to see this thing, and I'm like, it was pretty much confetti, and I'm like, this thing shoots really good. He looks at me, and goes, stop fucking lying to me, bro. And Brian, you know Brian Fowl, we're good friends. I'm like, yeah, you're right, and I threw it in the fucking bag, and I started shooting something else. It was a terrible decision.
Oh man.
But you know, whatever.
And we thought, well, I don't know if it was kind of funny. It was kind of tender when I was asking you about it, but there's that advertisement. I don't know if you have that ad in any of the magazines.
Chris on Fire?
Yeah, so basically, I don't know if anyone wants to look, but...
I think it's hilarious. You got it? You have it?
I don't have these ones.
What is it?
You have the old Fire one?
Kevin, if you're watching, message Bacci on Facebook with the picture of the ad. So hopefully we'll get that because he's pretty quick on that. But it's a Lasoya ProMaster ad, and it's got Chris standing up there. I think he's like arms crossed, and below him is a Lasoya ProMaster, and it's on fire. And it says the Lasoya ProMaster is on. It's something like the ProMaster's on fire, and so is Chris Lasoya. And it's just like it's fire right below him. And Kevin posted it like, this has not aged very well. And everyone was like, too soon, dude, too soon.
Hey, I love it. Listen, all the jokes, and we've heard them all. Like, Chris is on fire. I burned off a few pounds, which I haven't. God, what else is it? There's a bunch of them, but I have a good sense of humor. You know, it is what it is. I'm still breathing. I like, you know.
Awesome.
So, I mean, listen, the jokes, it is what it is. If you can't laugh at what happened, then, you know, you get depressed and stuff like that. So
it's good because it keeps us fired up.
Oh, all of us. You're a dick.
You asked for it.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
your hair's on fire right now.
Chris Hank. This is for Chris Hank. Give me a big hug. He wants me to give you a big hug.
Oh, thanks.
For Chris Hank.
I love Chris Hank. He's a good kid. You know, he actually bunkered people. He's amazing. And it shows. Just to say real quick, if you've ever been in an accident or something's wrong or you feel like you can't do what you want to do, you're full of shit.
Look at Chris Hank.
You're full of shit. Chris Hank, one arm, goes out, bunkers people. I'm burnt. You know, it's all about positive attitude and your family backing you and your friends. Right. So
Dale Price.
Yeah, exactly. Dale Price, one leg.
Dale Price.
Got in a motorcycle accident. You know, and he was one leg.
Right?
Yeah, one leg. He laughs about it. And Dale Price and I.
His username is Sugar Stuff.
We've been friends. I've known Dale since he had the other leg. I mean, honestly, no offense, but
great inspiration.
You know, he's an amazing guy. So don't let your problems or your accidents inhibit you from doing what you're gonna do. Just do it. I mean, look at my attitude. I don't, fuck, whatever. I got burnt. Move on. That's it.
And Kevin corrected us. He said it said Chris Lasoya wanted to shoot the new ProMaster. We got fired up, and so did he. So there it is behind us. Paul, you want to superimpose it just for a second?
Oh my God, I remember that ad. I remember that ad actually.
Shrink a little bit.
That was an infamous.
It up.
I can see it.
Okay, but put it in.
Hi, my wife's here. Hi, baby. Yeah, that's an infamous jersey too.
Yep.
All right, guys. Hey, I've been up since 1:30 this morning. Let's wrap this shit up.
Right,
Get the fuck out of my house.
Hey, there was one more question I was asked a few times. I don't know what it's about, but will Chris be coming to the convent in December?
The convent.
What is
You getting married again?
Oh, that's probably my mom.
From Ben.
My mom probably sent some. Is that
Ben Stokes?
Ben Stokes.
Oh, Ben Stokes.
Ben.
I found out who Ben was.
Hey, so Ben is my cousin. I love the kid. We grew up together. I will try to make the convent. You know, my mom's eyeballing me right now. Candy loves the convent, so we'll try to make it, my friend.
Hey,
you know, hey, I need a new windshield. So can you please hook it up? That'd be fucking amazing.
Hey, Ben Stokes, I'm still waiting for them pictures on Grandma Betty's wall.
All right.
Love you, Ben. Thanks.
We better finish up Phil's tired. We got a tournament tomorrow. We had a great time. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for all the support, and you know, have a good night.
Thanks, guys.
You guys, thanks.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.